That go live button.
That go live. They hit that go live button.
All right, I just went live. Oh well, it's not live yet. It's loading up,
Oh,
bro.
boy.
Now I'm kind of not stressing, but now I'm like, fuck. What am I gonna do next week?
Every week you gotta find something to do. You gotta. I can't wait till you do screamo.
I can't. My voice can't handle screamo. I can't do screamo. Whoa! No, I can't do it.
We gotta figure it out how to get it to like so where you don't use your phone. There's no way.
I like the janky shit. I kind of think it's funny.
There's no way that you can give us access to like the controls, huh? Corpse.
Wait, my receding hairline. I gotta cover it.
I should be able.
Holler at me when your forehead is this big, dog.
Yo, it's double. Don't even trip. Don't even
I
trip.
should
Holler at me when your
something like
forehead
that.
is this big.
Genuinely, and some like look, bro, look, that's still my forehead right here.
Oh yeah, because I can play background music.
Like,
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta give D the control so he can do his thing. All right, welcome to another episode of the Usual Tuesday podcast. Go ahead, D. Hit us with the intro, dog.
I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Ideally. All right, what's up, everybody? Hold on. Actually,
Oh shit.
give me 2 seconds. I need to.
This man should have had it already loaded up.
Here's
and ready
here's
to
a piece
go.
of the mixtape by Killer Korpsx. Corpse album.
Okay.
What's up? Okay,
No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, imagine.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you got that Severance background going, dog.
Oh, me? I'm an innie right now. Okay. Y'all just.
I'm ready,
y'all make it-
dude.
Y'all make
I just want to see what's about to pop off.
I'm ready.
Just a little nervous.
No.
All right.
Put it a little closer to the mic.
Welcome,
there we go.
everybody, to tonight's Usual Tuesday podcast. In a world where Save One, Corpse, and Zero band together after one phenomenal conversation to bring you one of the most illuminating, perspective shifting, thought provoking conversations of all time, your Tuesday will be everything but regular. It might be usual. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started.
That's
That's
supposed to be
all.
like fucking breaking news. What the fuck was
It
that?
was supposed to be like this theaters type shit. Like this
Walter Cronkite.
year in theaters.
I don't know if the music fit well, but I liked it. It made me tingly.
Oh.
I like
Oh,
Tingly.
look how high tech this motherfucker. He's the guy in the chair, bro. He fucking changes his lights and shit off his phone. Imagine being a regular and still having to flip a switch.
Bro. I actually have, so I'm going to make a video about this. I have some stickers right here. I can show you guys. But if I tap those stickers, these lights turn off with my phone. It's almost the same thing. Huh?
What kind of
Nanobots, bro. Nanobots.
It's they're just NFC tags. They're little microchips, and your guys' phone could do this too. Reads it, you can connect an action to that tag, and as long as you read it, it'll enact that action.
While we're on the fucking topic of technology,
Oh fuck! I knew this was coming up. Okay, go
I
ahead.
think you guys owe me an apology over this fucking pyramids debacle that we've been
Wait,
going over.
what the fuck?
Wait. Hold the fuck on. Why is the apology?
I think apologies are in order. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why is there an apology in order? I'm so confused.
What did I do?
What did I do, chat?
I'm just saying, bro. I was like, I think maybe there's some kind of crazy shit going on there at the pyramids. Like, nah, they buried fucking pharaohs there. It's like, okay, maybe they did. But
I know. I like how like 2 days later they're like, oh, we found these structures and
I was like,
Corpse
son of a
fucking said that
bitch.
shit immediately.
So
dog.
wait, break that shit down a little bit for the people who don't know.
okay,
that's really so funny.
okay, because
And
I
definitely not
Hit us with the
me.
fact, though. Hit us with the fact. Don't hit us with the fucking theory.
no bullshit. Well, it's clouded in
everything's
theory,
theory.
right? And this is what has struck the mainstream is that they performed LiDAR imaging on the pyramids, right? Which if I'm remembering right, the technology, it's LiDAR technology where they are able to penetrate down into the earth, right? Like
Penetrate
like that?
shit, baby.
You like that shit?
that.
And I guess this is what they've been using to find like these lost civilizations out in the rainforest and shit. Used it on the pyramids, and what they realize is that it's no foil cap. Kelly, shout out, fucking best person that there is out there.
What's up, Kelly? Shout out.
It's actually the structures are actually more like these long pillars, right? Like these
so they're like 60 kilometers long, from what they said, and they have coils around them, and they don't know.
Coil, yeah,
they don't know what the coil portion
but
of it is.
even inside, from what they're able to gather, that these columns aren't solid, right? That they're not solid columns, meaning that there's obviously some kind of hallways, rooms. There's something.
No. See, this is where you fuck it up. It's not obvious that there's rooms and hallways. It's not obvious. They could just be.
But from what they could,
pillars.
No, they could be hollowed out pillars.
Bro, why would you have, another level with that?
Why would you have a solid hollow pillar going that deep down? So because you just have to ask, right? Pillar, coil, right, with the depth. Like what? As an electrician, my brain, I'm thinking like a ground rod, right? So if it's not, dude, this is just me saying. They couldn't have been harvesting the energy of the earth.
I need to bring
tinfoil hat. I can't go that far. But no one is building this gigantic fucking column going down into the earth, and it's hollow. So there's got to be some kind of stepsway, hallways, chambers, something going up and down. Like, how do you even construct down, right, without having an access point? There has to be stairs, right? That is just architectural construction logic. Like there has to be steps. There has to be some kind of access point, because how do people come in and out, right? The coils though and stuff. That's a whole. I don't know what it's made of. I haven't heard anything on that.
Nobody knows shit yet, bro. Nobody knows anything yet.
That part, yeah. My question is to you guys is, do you think they're going to let him dig?
They have to.
No, they don't. They don't have to.
I mean, we kind of got to know what the fuck is down there, right? For history.
Almost, right?
Nah, leave it alone.
Yeah, because there's going to be like historians and shit in Egypt that have the fucking capability. I mean, I understand like not
tinfoil hat, but maybe they was built by giants strong enough.
Giants were really a thing too. Let's just be real.
No,
Gilgamesh. Epic Gilgamesh. Yes.
Hell no.
Bro, what the fuck do you mean? They have giant skeletons.
No, they don't. No.
Bro, there's FOIA documents about them retrieving Gilgamesh.
Let me see. Hold on. Giants. What is it called?
Gilgamesh.
I guess it would be skeletons. What would they be called?
Gilgamesh. Retrieval Iraq 2005. Look that up.
Giants is a real thing, bro. Giants
Gilgamesh Retrieval Iraq 2005.
Retrieval Iraq.
Giants is a real thing. I'm with Korpsx on this one.
Nah, no shot.
Not Giants thinking the way that you think of
it. Your Google's already popping shit up. You know,
there's like scripts. There's like inscribed. Like chat. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about inscriptions on pieces of.
Bro,
rock.
Look up giant skeletons found. There's fucking giants.
Bro.
There's not giants in what you think. You thinking of like 40-foot tall
No,
people.
I'm talking like average sized people compared to how small people might have been like.
Listen,
we're talking about like 10 to 11 foot size people, bro.
No.
Last week you guys were saying the pyramids were one thing.
Bro, that makes no sense.
Got that wrong, okay?
Anatomically, your heart would be able to. No, wait, because we have a recorded person who's about that tall, if I remember correctly, and his heart couldn't bring blood flow to the rest of his body, so he had to walk with a cane because his body was so deformed. So giants were not a thing. I'm sorry.
Absolutely were.
They were.
No.
Absolutely were.
No.
They were 100%.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble. They're not.
Damien just hates the thought of something that he can't imagine.
I also cannot find anything. There's no imagery on this.
Look up Hillary Clinton, Gilgamesh, Iraq, 2005.
Oh, shit. They were in her emails, huh? Fuck.
Yes, they were in her emails.
Damn it.
bro. And then let's not get too crazy, right? Let's not get too crazy.
Let's not get too
But-
crazy. You're fucking yelling at us
Oh, hold on.
because you randomly said something about the pyramids last week, and just coincidentally, they fucking finally found something.
No. You
Hundreds and
guys
hundreds of
are a
times.
part of the legacy fucking media that's trying to shut people like me down, trying to tell the truth.
Nobody.
Saddam Hussein
Oh my
thought himself. Hold on. Saddam Hussein thought himself to be the reincarnation of Nebuchadnezzar, right? Who is a crazy, like when you go back into like the biblical texts and the Arabic texts and stuff is mad wild. And one of the reasons allegedly that feeds into this whole thing about the tomb of Gilgamesh was because allegedly he was the one who had found it. Allegedly. Now I'm not gonna fuck around and play with that one, but there is Freedom of Information Act that documents have been pulled up where allegedly, right, people within our government was asking about his tomb and where it is.
I can't find Gilgamesh's skeleton. I'm sorry. Fake news.
Just saying.
Courtney's gonna find a whole article on it and send it in the group chat. I already
Send it.
fucking know.
Absolutely, bro. Published and sponsored by fucking Alex Jones, bro.
Yeah, I'm sick, bro. I'm
I'm
never.
posted on fucking what was that shit? KCCO. Keep calm.
BBC.org. I don't know whether the fuck he posts this shit.
No, my thing is with the whole thing with Giants, that's hard to wrap my brain around, right? And like Giants building stuff, and that it's hard. It's hard, right? Like even the most conspiratorial side of me. But
okay, wait. Just to understand. So, do you believe in giants or no?
Yes, I do believe giants existed at one point on this earth. Yes.
Wait. Okay. So, just so I have a mental understanding of what you guys think the Earth looked like at some point. Giants. How tall are we talking?
That is hard.
I'm talking like 12 to 15 feet tall.
That's crazy.
Yeah, cracking 10 feet, cracking
No.
10 footers. I'm not going to say like 30-foot towering man. No.
You're saying like a short giant's 10 foot tall, taller than the tallest person we have today. Wait,
Yeah,
no.
why is that so hard to exist? There
Because
was literally
we have
a
no
shark.
skeleton
There was literally
remains
a
of anybody
shark?
like this.
Bro, there was literally a shark bigger than what sharks are today. How is it so hard to
Sharks
believe that there was not a
evolutionarily
humanoid?
Are different.
that
They're
there's not
way
a-
different.
We were supposedly fucking monkeys before. How much different can we possibly get?
We didn't descend from fucking sizes of gorillas. Like we just don't have the anatomy for this.
But
and
they-
sharks are coming from a whole different ecosystem and environment that could have allowed them to actually be bigger. We got gravity. We got fucking. There's no reason for us to be
We
this
got
big.
gravity.
Yes,
Crazy.
yes. I believe all of that. I believe you're right about
10
all
to
that.
15 feet tall, bro.
All of your points are so valid, Damo, because and it shows because we still exist today, right? But there's also a list of other animals that no longer exist today for a list of reasons. Gravity, fucking prey, right? Whatever.
Probably sure, yeah.
Right. So I would like to fucking think that at one point before we became what we are now, that there may have been another species, right? Like we already know about the different what is like Neanderthals and Australopithecus and all the yusses and ooses, the words, right? Like those ones. Maybe 10-foot tall dudes fucking fall in there somewhere. I don't know. There's just too many stories about them, and not just biblically, folklore, right? Eastern writings, right? Eastern Asian writings. All these different things that have stories of these people who were ginormous. So I don't know what to say.
This is what I'll say.
It goes on the same fucking tip as the fucking dragon thing that you try to debunk, though.
Wait, but okay, so I'll say
We'll get back to that.
I believe in giants insofar that our ancestors were short as fuck, and they saw a slightly taller, not slightly, but like let's say somebody that came from a different, I don't want to say culture, but like different area, whatever, where they for whatever reason have just grown bigger. Their food might have been different. Ancestrally, they just might have had taller ancestors. And then they saw this 5-foot dude instead of a 4-foot dude, and they were like, "Holy shit, this guy is tall as fuck!" And they hadn't seen anybody else, so then they wrote in their fucking tablets or whatever, "This giant motherfucker." And then to symbolize the tallness and the differences that are coming from different cultures, they drew them dramatically in size to show that these people are not the same as our people over here. That's what I think.
I would believe that more. I was on that wave more if in certain scripture, if it wasn't described a certain way, right? And giants are described as being children of fallen angels, right? Now let's remove the religion from that. But if I was going to take those words and look at it, right, I would say that they come from some bloodline, some ancestry, right? Like how you had even said before, right? Like the 6-foot person looks at their ancestry who had a 6.5-foot person. So I just look at that and say, okay, well, how far down that ancestry do we go till they hit 8-9 foot?
Even just like, but also sorry, I don't know if I was yelling as well. These headphones like block out so much of my shit that I don't know if I was yelling.
Fucking yell, bro. Jesus. Fucking yell.
But what I was gonna say about that was, I think a lot of the biblical texts, and I got this from good old Daily Mention, JP. A lot of it was
$100,000 is crazy.
$100,000 is not gonna happen, buddy. Sorry, lower your rates. Fucking lost my train of thought. I think a lot of the biblical texts are supposed to be read in metaphors. So a lot of like the fallen angel, you could extrapolate that into like more of a like a book is being read in a metaphorical way, and then you can read it in the way that it's supposed to be not supposed to be.
Well, be careful, you about to get the podcast canceled.
Not in the way that it's supposed to be interpreted, but I just mean
blasphemer, bro.
In a way that contextually makes a little bit more sense, because you could state things in books that are more dramatic than what they are, just to give it a little bit more oomph.
Damien, are you calling the Bible untrue? Is that what you're saying on this podcast right here tonight?
Hold on, I don't want to get canceled with this. Let me turn my camera on.
Here we fucking go. Here we fucking go.
Canceled.
No, and again, so if I'm not taking it for its literal term, right? Its literal term says that they are birth of fallen angels and all this stuff, right? I'm not going to take it for its literal term. But if I was going to use it for any kind of reference point, it would still tell me that at some point in time on this earth, there were people of great wonder, right? Huge people. I don't see a 6-foot man being described as gigantic, when truly we've only been getting smaller since, I think Jordan put it in here, something like the 1600s.
Man, no, talk about yourself like that, all right?
No, I'm
already a short king, all right?
No, but that's the opposite, because we have reference points of older houses having smaller doorways because people were smaller back then. Our food and abundance of food have allowed us to grow taller.
Jordan,
gotten bigger.
You need to fact check yourself, bud.
You have been shrinking since the 1600s, Jordan. I'm sorry.
He read that off the Onion too. He read that on the bottom of a Snapple cap.
No, but we do have like, if you go to Victorian homes and stuff like that, I think even in America we'll see that, like, oh shit, this doorway is like kind of small. You won't have to, like, it's not Hobbit size, but compared to what we have now, it's like, whoa, this is weird.
But I think just taking American heights, though, is also might be an issue, because we've always known Vikings and the Russians to be quite larger people. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But if there was somebody who built a column 60 meters down in the dirt underneath the pyramids,
must have been giant.
It wasn't hollow and it wasn't solid. I'm just saying, boys. I'm just saying. And I think, go ahead, apologize, you fucking peasants, to me and the rest of the spirits who've long wondered about it. Go ahead. Thank us
Oh,
for
wow.
this fucking life you live, dude.
No, listen, we've
Right,
talked
man.
about
Life.
but we have talked about the pyramids multiple times on this podcast, and we know that we all have different theories. And the one that made the most sense to me was the sound theory, that they use sound to move the blocks, and I thought that was fucking genius. But yeah, I'm just excited to see what comes of it. I think it's cool that we're alive and we can see this type of shit. Like, it's kind of sick.
I think it's a ground rod. I think that somehow through the stone itself, truly, if you know electricity, right? Inside the transformers outside of your house that conduct the electricity coming from the power lines, there's a coil in there, right? There's this crazy little coil in there. Just like when you look at the coil inside of a light bulb, it's a little coil. That, because of like when you get into the crazy actual like science of it, through that coil, you're able to split the lines, right, with 240 volts and split them down 120. I hope I'm saying all that right. A ground rod, when you shove it down into the earth enough, no matter if like its functionality on a house is if electricity starts running off of its circuit, it's supposed to reach that ground rod and flow through the earth. So these fucks, just if I was looking at it from the pictures I've seen, it's a ground rod. They stuffed it in there and somehow they induced the electricity out of the earth, rising through, coming out the point of the whatever was at the cap of the fucking pyramids. Has to be.
For communication purposes.
For communication purposes only.
All right, well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. I knew that was coming. I knew it was fucking coming. Well, shout out to let's read what this fuck has to say. Yeah, not the sun, but I have heard that for people listening, weren't there ideas the pyramids were considered to be energy collection devices for the sun's energy? I never heard for the sun, but I heard that they were a base for energy.
I thought I'd heard the most about magnetic fields and it being kind of like a focal point of magnetic energy and possibly converting that into usable energy. I don't know how that would have been done though. Maybe the coils would have had something to do with it, but I have no clue.
Let's just let them tell us what it is, bro, when they find out. Theorizing is fun. But
you're really gonna trust the government and legacy media to tell you what it's about, bro? Be honest.
Hey, you know how we kind of had that talk too about like people, like why don't they build things the way they do?
Yep.
So Egypt at this time, right, during these times were, practicing their gods and their ways, right? And then if you study the scriptures later on, the Hebrews were let out of there, blah, 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 whatever. So
everybody's seen Prince of Egypt, dog.
Right. Greatest DreamWorks movie of all time. Hands down. I'm sorry.
I have a question after this really quick. Sorry, just to put it out there so I don't forget it. Question about DreamWorks. See, I'm already losing it. Question about DreamWorks and Pixar and movies and sequels. Just remind me. Go ahead, Butch. Sorry.
What blasphemy are you about to have about?
Just go for it. Just go for it. I'll ask you now.
I just think that people lost more faith in God, right? Because that is the pinnacle. That creation of that thing, whatever it is now, like we just called it a pyramid, but now it's a re-reached thing because we don't know truly what it is now. So that is
it's like still a pyramid. That's still true. It's still a pyramid shape.
Yes, that is true. What you see above the surface, yes, it is still a pyramid. But the thing...
That is true.
I just thought the pyramid was just the thing. That was the thing. No, it's not the thing. It is a part of...
It's just the tip.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let's just... For the sake of spitting out theories, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Could it not be... that these things are just to make sure that the fucking pyramids don't sink into the ground?
Bro, no. You know what would be awesome?
Could they not just be there to continue to hold them up?
Coil for what? Yes.
No, but it probably is though. Wait,
collect magnetic energy from the earth. Yes, sir.
Could we be mistaking? Wait, Cisco might be right. Could we be mistaking a coil as like, you know how
Stairway?
like a screw needs to be to like go into a wall?
See, look at that shit, bro. They fucking screwed this big ass pillar
Dude,
into the fucking ground.
The giants. All at the same. I'm so sorry. All at the
Yeah,
same
you
time.
can't- hey, it makes sense, bro. Think
No,
about
but
it.
I'm being
That
genuinely
was how they
serious.
got it into the sand.
No, but seriously, I don't know if like the coil part is what's like supporting it to not like shift with the moving sand, if that makes sense.
You can't say that isn't a theory that could be true.
That could be true. Like support instead of like outward structures to like support it not moving. It's just like a coil structure. So that way it like grips the sand and doesn't move as much.
Because we don't know if they're connected either.
They might be connected.
We just know that it's underneath it. Look at Corpse. He feels like we're fucking.
Oh, I'm not even playing.
Belittling
I'm,
his
I'm being
theories.
I'm so serious.
No,
does
I'm
make
no,
sense.
I'm no, I'm thinking. I'm trying to think that through.
Because they don't know what the actual structure. They just know the what it looks like, right? They don't know
So from what I've
it's made of or
so
anything.
what we're
they just
getting-
use the lidar.
the images that we've seen so far is literally a pyramid at the top with a long column dropping down, right? With this coil going around it. That structure is called an obelisk, right?
We don't know if it's an obelisk or not.
When you look up any of the images that they've been putting out, that is what they're putting out. That it's
What?
They say, oh, it's a column underneath a pyramid. A
Well,
column,
obelisk is an actual shape, though.
yeah, a column with a pyramid that sits on top. Literally, quite literally, Washington
That's what-
Monument
Yeah,
is an
that's
obelisk.
what I'm saying though. Is it connect? If it's connected, then it's an obelisk. If it's not connected, if this is the base of the fucking pyramid, right? And the pillar is this big, then it's not an obelisk. It has to be the same size as the base of the pillar in order for it to be an
Wait,
obelisk.
also, isn't necessarily not connected? Because the pyramid is like brick by brick. It's not one solid structure, right?
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know if
That's why
that
they have to.
thing underneath is a solid structure or not, or if they also built it brick by brick.
Mhm.
Because if you think about it, if they built it brick by brick, then they were building a fucking obelisk, but
Yeah,
in the ground.
Your guys is the idea of saying, oh, well, this column, right, it's supporting so it doesn't fall into the sand. The problem is with that is that the actual base of the concrete, which this structure is sitting on top of, would have to be so vastly wider than it. You can't make it equivalent, right? That's what would cause it to drop down into the sand. If the base supporting the structure on top, if everything else is soft around it, it will collapse. It'll sink down into it, right? You need to have a wider base. That's why if you look around your house, the concrete that surrounds your house is much wider than the house sitting on it. You get what I'm saying? It's like structurally. That's why like right now I was trying to sit here and think like, wait,
Who
is
the
that
fuck
possible?
are we, bro? Are we Joe Rogan now? What the fuck are we doing?
I'm just saying they need to exhume. I don't think they're going to let them do it because there's a lot of the Egyptian identity that's built on it, right? But from what I've been seen and have read is that these things are solid structures, right, under each pyramid. My question is are those connected?
No, you said they weren't solid because they would have hallways and shit.
No. I'm saying like
It's just like one piece,
like you have a pyramid, you have this thing that they found. This pyramid, this thing that they
Oh,
found.
yeah.
Now I need to know which.
But it's more than 3, I heard. Didn't I hear it was more than 3? It was 5, I think, wasn't it?
I know at least the 3 main ones. I know the 3 main ones were the ones that discovered.
I thought I read somewhere that it was 5. I might be mistaken though.
Yeah, this is a lot of it. It's just I smoke a lot of weed and I've read a few things so I'm sorry guys, but I
felt it right before we get into D's fucking who knows what in the fucking shit he's gonna say right now. But it's Women's Month, and this is the perfect podcast to shout out all the fucking women for their
shout
month.
out.
Right, Corpse?
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you, my
Thank you.
girlfriend.
Love you, Mom.
Thank you,
Thank
Mom.
you.
We
I
love
really
you,
just want I really just want Corpse to like shout out the women.
I thought you were
all his-
gonna say one woman, just one.
No. For all the women for Women's Month because
Shout out.
you know his background on this podcast is
Listen, on this podcast, we show nothing but the utmost respect and honor to
for all them bitches.
all the women who supply our lunch boxes every morning. and
Whoa there.
fold-
Jesus.
Whoa there, hold on.
Christ.
Shut up. Listen, I'm giving these women their fucking respect. Okay.
Jesus. Even on Women's Day, you can't help but be
Even on
misogynistic.
Women's Month, he said that they belong in the kitchen. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Not
Hey, no.
cool, bro.
Nah.
The first two have to apologize after giving thanks. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Christ.
I'm sorry. Listen, I
No, you're
I-
not. You're
look
not
at
fucking
that. Look at
sorry.
that. Kelly gets it. Kelly gets it. He
just
appreciates his lunchbox. God damn it. Yes, I do.
True.
I'm gonna laugh when your lunchbox is empty tomorrow, dog.
No. I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, babe. Anywho, what do you got about DreamWorks and Pixar?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
Shout
So
out all
I
the
heard,
women.
shout out for real. Shout out. Thank you for watching and giving birth to us. Anyway, so I'd heard recently that Coco. You guys have both watched Coco.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I've never seen it, but
It makes you cry every time. You gotta watch it.
apparently
great.
it's really good, and apparently it is getting a second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So this is my question.
I hate when they do this shit.
So I'd seen this on TikTok, and I thought it was an interesting question. There are obviously some moves that movie companies do that you're like, this was for money, bro. What?
Let's say Toy Story 4,
Toy Story
the
4
fucking worst
was
decision of
brought
all
up.
time.
So I had already heard some good ones that I'll probably mention throughout this question. But what are, if you could think of some movies that you would never want a part 2 of, that you're okay with it being like all right, just stop here.
Not
You made a great
not
story.
movies that we think should have never came out. We're just talking about like movies that are part ones right
Movies-
now that shouldn't have a
Yeah,
sequel.
exactly. That are like you're one and done. Don't fuck it up. Your story's great as a one-off.
Damn near every single Pixar movie, bro. Good Dinosaur, Coco, fucking Sing shouldn't have had a fucking. Oh, they already came out with a second one for that though, huh?
Didn't they come out with a third?
Yeah, they came out like 3 of them.
Soul doesn't need one.
Yeah.
What's the one about the gay
Soul was
mermaid?
amazing.
Luca.
Luca,
Luca.
He's not gay. He's not gay.
he might be gay.
They just
That motherfucker gay,
homies.
bro.
Good homies. I know. I said he was gay at first too, but then I was told he's
Oh,
not
that's
gay,
what they
but-
say when in the closet. That's just my homie.
Sometimes you just top your homie off, you know? Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Hey, that's
sorry.
actually true. I talked to D on the phone today. He asked me if he wanted to suck my dick a little bit more. No, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. He did offer to suck my dick a little bit more
That-
than he already has.
Guys,
Yeah,
we're
that
30
story
minutes
of-
into the podcast.
out of
Okay, let's
context is
just fucking
crazy.
take it easy.
This is coming from the guy that literally asked you for the first 60 episodes to pull out your dick.
True.
He's
I'll-
just jealous. He's just jealous. It's okay.
A little
I'll let
bit.
him be jealous.
It's okay. I'll send both of you pictures
Um,
later.
There's a lot of movies. I mean, do we have to stick like just Disney? Because I think
No,
it should have never got part 2.
I actually liked it part 2, and I don't even
Wait,
like
wait. I'm not talking about don't bring in Skarsgård and have him do like a revamped new, like a remake, right? That's
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But the fact that they brought the kids back in all these years later was like,
I did like that. I liked it. I liked that one, and I don't like horror movies.
I just leave it at that, right? To me, Jeepers Creepers was good with 1. Jeepers Creepers 2 was great, but 1 would have been phenomenal. After 2, it fell the fuck off. Fast and the
Didn't they
Furious.
make a second? Oh my god! Don't even give me fucking.
Fast and
started.
Furious
What?
is like 9.
1 would have been mwah. 2 was like fuck yes, good. 3 was like you got me still by the ball.
And then they came out with Fast and Furious, and that's where it should have just ended. They
Yeah,
should
it
have
was-
stopped it right there.
Too much. Jurassic Park was great with
Bro.
the first one. The other ones were
Second-
bangers, no doubt. But the other
Second
one,
was no. Second was a banger. Third one, fucking horrible,
no,
ridiculous.
with Jeff Goldblum, the third one, right? Or is that the
Yeah,
second
the
one?
one where they had the fucking Spinosaurus and fucking and they were like the fucking big ass pterodactyl was like climbing through the cages and shit. Like,
And it's ringing
fuck
and it's in
outta
that fool's stomach.
yeah, that shit. Yeah,
that was. I thought that one was fire.
Fuck no, that was the fucking worst movie. And then they fucking did all the other. Bro, don't get me started on Jurassic Park because Jurassic Park was like.
I know you went on
I don't believe in dinosaurs.
Last time.
But then Jurassic World was great, and then they fucking came out with all this other shit about dinosaurs living in the world that we live in now, and I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Like, what are we doing? That's how I felt about
number 2.
I've never seen that
one. Zootopia is amazing.
Didn't Frozen get it too?
Frozen got it too.
Moana got it too. That should not have gotten it too.
Should not have gotten it.
I heard it was a banger. I don't know. I haven't seen the second one.
No, just Moana's just so good and too flop.
Moana was not good.
This is how I feel about live action movies.
Yeah, there should be no live action movies of animated movies. Yeah.
The Lion King was ass.
It could only be
ass.
From what I've seen, I think Lilo and Stitch is gonna be a banger. From what I've seen, I think they did a pretty good job. But
CGI looks great.
Yeah, but here's what I was saying this the other day. Here's what I think. If you're going to make a remake of an animated movie and you're gonna make it real, it needs to be a shot-for-shot movie.
No, I think the opposite. I think it needs to be its own thing. Because if not, I'm always gonna compare it to the source like animation, and I'm like, well, why the fuck am I watching this CGI bullshit when I can just go watch the animated one? That's why I don't like How to Train Your Dragon, because they like.
Did you watch it?
I watched the animated one. Yeah, I thought it was great. I love the animated one, but this live action one, I feel like it's just because they are trying to do set design the same, and I have respect for that. It looks cool, but then I just find myself always thinking like, why the fuck am I just not watching the animated version? Like, why am I even watching this shit?
Now
listen, technology.
I fuck with it, and I fuck with
exactly.
I am a very. I'm upset when I get very upset when they steer away from too hard away from what character design was in original concepts. Right, the Snape casting, Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man, perfect casting. Hugh Jackman for Wolverine, perfect fucking casting.
Perfect casting.
You know, the Thor.
Halle Bailey as the Little Mermaid.
Halle Berry as fucking as Aurora.
He missed what I said there.
I know.
Perfect fucking casting, right? Perfect castings.
What about the Snow White bitch? What about the Snow White bitch, bro?
Snow White,
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, I thought was a fuck. You know who I think actually? The more I look at it, and I feel very disrespectful for saying this.
Oh no!
I think George Clooney had the best Bruce Wayne at like kind of a good decent age, right? Like a decent age Bruce Wayne. But I think Ben Affleck, for me, Putch, I grew up watching Batman. If I was to see Batman today out on the street, he would look like Ben Affleck.
Nah.
How Ben Affleck looked in the movies, Christian Bale is what I would hope he looked like, right?
Oh,
yeah. But you know, he's had a couple of drinks and maybe a few divorces, whatever. He looks like George Clooney, but he got older, and then now he looks like more like Ben Affleck.
I fuck with George Clooney as Batman. He was just too silly of a Batman.
I feel like we have.
It was wacky. Yeah,
we have the perfect gradient of Batman. Like Christian Bale is like I think
perfect gradient. I guess it when Robert Pattinson was fucking.
I was just about to say Robert Pattinson's the youngest Batman version, right? It's most like technological heavy and also trying to figure it out. It's still a young guy, and then you have Ben Affleck as sort of this like I feel like peak almost, and then I feel like I just said his name, Christian Bale.
Yes.
As like an even more like realized true fighter, like really gets his shit done. And then you have maybe George Clooney. I didn't really watch him, so I don't really know. But then it devolves into like that, from what it sounds like.
Have you guys watched the Gotham TV show?
No, but I saw like a clip of it on TikTok.
Gotham going into Robert Pattinson makes a lot of sense, and I think it's a good fit. I think Robert Pattinson has a lot of growing that he can do into that role. But I think a disrespectful casting, right, was Jared Leto for Joker.
For Joker.
I think that was a disrespectful. I think that was a disrespectful.
You know what's funny is there's a guy that I work with that he said that's his favorite Joker because he was gangster, and I'm just like,
hot take.
Bro. Yeah, I was like, that's the most hot take I've ever heard in my life.
He
The
probably
hottest thing I've
he
ever
probably
seen.
likes to piss sitting down. Can't judge those type of guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I just fucking can't, bro. I
What's
can't.
wrong with pissing sitting down, bro? You never miss.
He also thinks ketchup is spicy, so it's
I
fine. We
can't
keep it
fuck
running.
We keep, you know,
Ketchup is spicy.
we listen,
All right,
we don't
It's
judge.
okay. That's fine. We all have our opinions.
What was the point in bringing all this, D?
So live action.
I just thought it was an interesting question.
So for me though, for live action, I do like when it feels like they added in the deleted scenes, right? And then they took out some of the scenes that were whack from the original movie, right? Like, because as they're going and flipping through the different segments, they say, hey, okay, we're gonna put this here, we're gonna put that there, we're gonna put this here. Okay, it has this moment. I like that, but when they look at those same stills and they say, okay, we're going to do this live action, this live action, this live action, because it didn't make the original one. But even though they were really, really fucking good, like they were in that extended cut, and then we're going to take this part out, and maybe this part out, because no one really, we all have our parts in Lilo and Stitch that we quote, or Beauty and the Beast, or Lion King, all the parts that we remembered as children, but there was a lot of parts that we didn't, and those parts should go. And there's some of the parts we remembered as children that maybe we don't give to our kids so that they're just for us. Like it's just that's my memory, and then they get to have their own new ones, but with the same movie. I think that's okay too.
Well, so
I have to disagree, bro. I can't agree on this one. I think if it's a remake of a Disney movie, it should be shot for shot. Should be a shot for fucking shot.
But you don't believe that with casting, though.
I never think that it has to be like a 1-for-1, mainly because it's a different medium, but also I'm gonna show my kids the animated one as well. And then I'm gonna be like, and then look what they fucking did. They put this bullshit out. What the fuck?
Look what they did to my boy.
Has there been a good live action remake? Has there been a good one?
Beauty and the Beast.
I never watched it, but I should have, because Hermione Granger is.
Don't remember that one.
Emma Watson was really good in that movie. Matter of fact,
I actually haven't watched it, and y'all know how I feel about the Snow White joint.
I'll let
The
her.
Grinch. That's a good one.
The Grinch, Jim Carrey's live action is a classic.
That's better. That's better than the cartoon. I will say that.
That is probably the greatest live action remake of all time. I'm just going to put that out there.
Maybe hot take.
Uh-oh.
Cat in the Hat. I loved it.
Goated.
I've only seen it one time, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Who's that canine American in the window?
But only because it did its own thing, Crystal Water says, in terms of the Grinch.
Yes, very much.
Set design was amazing.
I don't know a lot of movies that they made live action. I can't think.
Aladdin was a flop. Mulan was a flop. Lion King was a flop. Snow White flop.
I never even watched.
Wait, hold
Mulan,
on. We say these things, and in my head, I'm like, why do they keep making these? It can't be flops. Oh, Scooby Doo's a good one too. Holy shit!
Scooby Doo, the first one.
The first
shouldn't have had a remake.
One. No, it should have. I like the second one.
No, okay.
Wait, which one was the first one? Which one was the first one?
Spooky Island.
Yeah.
Which one was the second one?
Double checking.
I do like the Spooky Island joint was a good one. I did like that one.
Do you guys remember the animated Scooby Doo movie where they go there and it's cats and they all turn into like zombie cat things?
No.
Nah, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking
Steve, you're fucking bugging. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Wait, I'm thinking of Scooby Doo. So it was called Scooby Doo Monsters Unleashed. It had more like CGI, like monsters and stuff like that. It was still live action as well, and still like actual prop costumes and stuff like that. I don't think it was as memorable, but I liked two as well. But one was the Spooky Island. I like that one more.
I don't remember it.
Hold on, I gotta pull this movie up, or I'm not gonna feel right.
I think I'd said I like two more, but that's not true. I thought for some reason Spooky
Island was two. Yeah, it sounds like it would be number 2.
I need movies.
Matthew Lillard, is that how you say his name? Matthew Lillard is
yes.
Shaggy. Is
Shaggy?
Peak.
Yes.
Yeah, that is Peak. He was amazing as Shaggy.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
Zombie Island.
Zombie Island.
Yeah, Zombie Island was the 1998 direct-to-video animated mystery comedy horror film based on the Scooby-Doo franchise. In the film, Shaggy, Scooby, Fred, Velma, and Daphne reunite after a long year hiatus from Mystery Inc. to investigate a bayou island said to be haunted by the ghost of the pirate Morgan Moonscar. The film was directed by Jim Stenstrom from a screenplay by Glenn Leopold. Yeah, this one was crazy. This one was nuts. This was one of my favorite movies ever. Yeah, it's a secret chamber of voodoo rituals, right? After trapping the gang with the voodoo dolls, Simone and Lena reveal themselves and Jacques as werecats.
I don't know this one.
Wait, so I have a question based off this. Is there any remakes that you do want them to make? It doesn't just have to be a cartoon. It could be like an old movie. Is there any remakes that you do want to be made? I have one, but I'm kind of nervous about it.
You go first, actually, because you brought the question.
I would love to see. Okay, let me explain it for a second on why I would and why I wouldn't. Jaws was one of my favorite fucking old movies when I was growing up, like old movies that my mom showed me. But if you watch it, it's fucking corny as shit, and it just looks bad. You know what I mean? But it was just such a good movie. Yeah. I would love to see them make it again, but I know it wouldn't hit the same. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's a good time capsule movie, though. Like, you have to you have to understand that the time it's being made.
Yeah,
so I think you leave that one alone.
Yeah, but I would love to see what they would do with it now. Like, take that story and make it now. But yeah, that movie is like kind of one that I'm just like, leave it alone. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Such a fucking good movie.
There's a movie that turned into a show that also got canceled. I would love to see either a part 2 or a remake of Limitless, with Bradley Cooper. Is that his name? I believe is his name, the actor who acted in it. I thought that movie was awesome. That movie was sick. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's this movie. Basically, cliff notes on it. It revolves around a guy who is a writer. He has like writer's block. Ends up stumbling onto a drug that basically enhances his brain capacity and his memory, his cognitive ability, just everything is up to like 11. And so you go throughout this movie, he becomes a semi like drug addict, and then because of this drug, obviously it's like supercharging him in all the ways that you can be. And then he gets mixed up with the wrong people, ends up figuring out, how to get more of it. And then by the end of it, he's chilling. He like life hacked his way into like being the most powerful person that he could be because of this drug. It's really cool.
Limitless.
I'm gonna give a huge shout out to fucking motherfucking Kelly Grigg on the greatest movie drop of all time, Biodome, with Pauly Shore. These Pauly Shore and Daniel Baldwin, or is it Alex Baldwin? It was one of the Baldwin, but Stephen Baldwin. Bro, they need to bring that one back. It was a stoner.
I don't even know what that movie is, bro.
Biodome?
It's amazing. it's literally the greatest stoner movie of all time.
This is Biodome, everybody.
Biodome, Pauly Shore. Like, this is when Pauly Shore was hitting too in the 90s.
Word. It looks like 90s movies. Wait, Alvin and the Chipmunks live action?
Oh, I do remember this fucking movie. I do
Free Mahi Mahi. Free Mahi Mahi.
Shout out to Kelly, bro. Actually, shout out to Kelly real fast, because we didn't even announce it that we were dropping the merch back on korpscollection.com, the collaboration that Korpsx and I did. We were teasing it last week. We were teasing it a little bit. And it just dropped. When did it drop? Saturday? Sunday? We dropped it back on there?
Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
Sunday, I think. The merchandise just dropped on Sunday with additions that there wasn't available last drop, which I'm about to cop. But shout the fuck out to Kelly, because literally as we're in the green room chatting, this one Korpsx goes, well, Kelly just used your code for some new merch. And then I look down, and I got a text message from Kelly. I'm so happy to see that the merch is back on the website. So I'm gonna plug real fast. If you do not know, Korpsx and I did a collaboration, a Kagini. We called it Kagini. It's a collaboration between Korpsx and I. It was limited. It did not run for a very long time, but it is available on korpscollection.com. And fuck Damien, if you're gonna go fucking buy some merchandise from Korpsx's fucking website, make sure you use SAVE1 SAVE1 at checkout. What is it? 20% off or something like that? If you use my code, it's something crazy. Go use the code and fucking go buy the merch because it's limited again. It's not running for very long. So go fucking get that shit.
And while you guys wait, while my code is cooking up, I'll get you a better discount. Don't worry about it, okay? I'm just fucking with you.
He's like, I'm gonna get you 21%.
No, what? 21. I'll pay for it, damn it. DM me and I'll... No, I'm just like... No. Good shit, though.
Hey, it's on the internet, bro. It's gonna get clipped and people are gonna use that now. They're like, hey, you said you would pay for the merch.
I lied.
Okay, so I do have... That was a good question about the movie thing. I do have a question, though.
Yep.
Actually, real quick, before I bring this question up, quarterly check-in. It's the third month of the year. We started the year off kind of fun on the podcast. How the fuck are you guys doing, bro?
Oh, wow. Fuck Burger King. Fuck Burger King.
Working on these sponsorships, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro. I'm glad you're pixelated on my shit right now.
Yeah, you're hella pixelated on my shit. You've been pixelated for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
on my shit.
Audio's been good, but you've just been... I just hoping it would fix itself.
It's my Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on.
Rip.
How you guys doing? How you doing, Korpsx? Actually, I know how you're doing a little bit, but for people watching, how you doing, man? How's the first 3 months of the year been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. I been busy, right? Did vibe, been battling more, been sessioning more, doing more at the lodge, doing the work with the kids, trying to post daily on YouTube, right?
I've seen the YouTube posts, the daily scriptures,
daily Bible quotes every day. Yeah, fill my mind with auspiciousness. Yeah, one day at a time, 1% daily is always the quote. So, what about you, boys?
Oh,
go ahead, D.
Nice. Oh, my bad.
This is my question. I want to ask you guys.
I think I've always gotten into this like weird little rut with content and stuff like that, where I start filming more than I edit, and then I'm super backed up on editing, which is unfortunate that I found myself in the same fucking spot. But I'm gonna try to get better at it because I was on a fucking crazy roll at some point, putting shit every day, especially on the tech stuff. Grew my channel pretty significantly, which was nice. And then I fell off because I had way too much filmed and not enough. At least in my opinion, like just not opinion, but just I was filming too many things, and then I was like, "Fuck!" I forgot I was just doing this one video, and I caught myself just like, "Okay, then I'll film this unboxing, and then on this impression, and then I'll do over here with the the TikToks and stuff like that." Where eventually you just kind of get burnt, and you're like, "Fuck! I have way too much stuff to edit," and I'm like, "I'll put."
And you stopped doing the TikToks daily, huh?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it's like a. But that's what I'm saying. I think it's a matter of like not even that I can't do it. It's just that I start to kind of be in multiple places, and so then I have a compilation of like a lot of footage, and I'm like, fuck, I have a lot of stuff that I like don't even know how to sift through and don't know what should come out first and what's most important to me, what I have most fun doing, and then I don't know. And then things get old, and then like, am I not reporting, but like, am I talking about something that happened last week because it's so backed up to the point where I'm like, I'm currently editing something that I filmed in November, so it gets super piled up for me, and then I just kind of stop all at once, which is unfortunate. Pretty bummed about that, but otherwise I'm good, blessed. But yeah. Good,
man. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah. My year started off great, bro. I'm like loving more money coming in.
Oh shit!
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Let's go. Cha-ching. Who do we got? Who are we shouting out on the show, boys? You guys heard that right now?
Yeah.
Is it ching? I love that sound.
Did somebody just buy some merch?
They sure did. Let's see who we got. Hey,
You're welcome.
Jordan Locklear. Love you, brother. Thank you
Shout
so
the
much.
fuck
Shout
out to
out
Jordan,
Jordan.
bro.
Shout out Jordan, man.
Shout the fuck out
And-
to. Actually, what did he buy?
Worry bye, he bought that.
Yeah, what did he buy?
Worry bye, he bought that Kagini. And he used your code. Damn.
No, that one's on me. I'm about to send me the order. I owe him a shirt or whatever the fuck he bought. I'll buy it for him. Send me his order because I know if I tell him, he won't send it to me. So take a screenshot of that shit and send it to me because I'll pay for it. Like I'll send him the money for it.
Hey, dog. Payment's already been captured, homie.
Yeah, but send it to me. I'll fucking Venmo him what he paid it for. Because I did owe him one. And I completely fucking forgot. Until that just came through.
But
So,
wait,
Let's
answer
talk
the
about
question.
it.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. I mean, obviously my living situation ain't the best and streaming situation ain't the best, but regardless of all that shit, like I'm in a good place, man. Like I'm enjoying what's going on in life right now, and no way he bought the red. Red.
Hey, dog.
That's my least favorite colorway, but I don't know. It's still a good one. But yeah, man. I didn't tell Korpsx this, but I called D about this yesterday. I actually got a promotion at work. 2 months in.
Whoa.
So hella hype about that shit.
What does
Yeah,
that
man.
entail?
More money.
More
An
money, more
easier
problems.
position. Easier position. So easier from like what I'm used to. Which is nice, man. I was telling D yesterday when I called him. I kind of called him with like breaking down. I was like about to jump off of a cliff, and then he started sucking my dick a little bit, and it got better. But
That's the context. Okay, he needed to feel better. And what are bros for to top you off? Okay. No, I'm just lying. But yeah, he did call.
But yeah, man, it's just nice when you like feel like people understand your worth. You know what I mean? I was literally at Spectrum for almost 2 years. I tried countless of different times to try and get promoted or be in a different position. Not because I feel like I'm better than anybody. I just felt more qualified. And not like I was like showing that people knew that, and I never felt like anybody took me seriously. So now being put in the position that I'm in with this new company, I feel like my worth is being seen. I feel like my worth is being seen in other aspects of life too. So it's just nice, bro. Like I just feel I'm good right now. Like I'm good. I'm coasting. I'm having a good time. I'm super busy every fucking day with work and Peanuts practices and the podcast and trying to stream again as much as I have been. The soccer events that I go to every other weekend, and yeah, man. I'm just trying to stay busy. I'm super busy, bro. Like I have no time for anything, which is amazing. Like I like that. I'm not stagnant.
Yeah.
Idle time is the killer of a lot of dreams.
Me and Sid were out with the kids, and she goes, you know, we're rich. And I looked at her, and I'm going through it with work and shit, and it's I was telling you guys about it. And in this moment, I was like, yeah, fuck, we are. Like, you know, I was like, fuck, we are, dude. Like, yeah, we are actually. So yeah, life's good, man. And I'm glad you guys are good. It makes me happy to know that, like, all these years, like, it's 2 years later now. Yeah, and we're pumping through and making it. And fucking,
Yeah, and it's the other thing that's cool too is I watched back not to be like weird or anything, but I watched back the episode almost 2 years ago where you guys interviewed me. Like I watched the whole episode, and like looking at where I was then and my mindset now is very similar. But the reason that I bring it up was because on that podcast, Korpsx was like, yeah, I called Cisco over the weekend and he like walked me off a ledge because I was going through this and that, and it's understandable. And D literally did the same thing for me yesterday when I called him. Like, not that I was like freaking out about anything. I mean, not that I was freaking out about anything. Let me just explain it to you like this. There was 5 people total in my class of 9 that got the interview for this position. And out of, I think it's 120 people. It's either 120 or 210. I don't remember the fucking exact number. But 25 people got the interview and only 10 people got the position, which I later found out only 6 people got the position. And I was one of those people that got the position. And I felt horrible, bro. Like I felt horrible that these other people didn't get the position. And it was like hard because I was trying to be happy for myself and like I earned this shit, this, that, and the other. And there was a couple people that I had talked to, and D was the one I like called and was like, bro, I don't know how to feel. Like I'm fucking going through this emotional roller coaster because I'm happy, but at the same time, these people got to find out that I'm the only one that got it, and that's a fucking shitty feeling. But D said some sick ass shit, bro. He was like, he's like, I've known you for a long time, and the way that you are, nobody could hate you for getting this position because, like, you're very. Well, I don't remember exactly what the fuck you said. What the fuck did you say?
Well, no, you had mentioned that you don't want anybody to feel like you think that they're better than them, and I'm like, even though you are way better at me than sales when we were working together, not once did you ever be like, little bro, let me teach you the way. You know what I mean?
Nah, little bro,
it was never that. So I'm like, there's no way that you just switch up at a different job and just like little bro people, make people feel less than because of whatever position they're in. And you're like, look at me, bro. I'm moving up. Get like me. Get your money up, not your funny up. And so I just couldn't see the logic in feeling that way. And I just kind of reassured you, like, there's no way
nice,
you're making
bro.
anybody feel like that.
It was a good talk.
There was a dude. I understand that feeling, right? And I think we all kind of go through it too at times, where our success comes with the burden of understanding others' failures. And
yeah, but it wasn't I didn't think they were failing though. You know what I mean? I think everybody was well deserving of the position, so I didn't look at it as failure.
But it's like I would say. Yeah, like oh fuck, they didn't get it, like, or yes, their shortcoming, their failure, whatever, however you want to spin, and it gets crazy because it's a weird, to me, it just seems like a weird angle that we take because we want to be giving to other people and stuff, even though you're deserving too, like there was a clapback somebody gave me and it was so polite, right? But I told them, I was like, damn, you're so lucky. And they're like, nah, I worked hard for this. I was like, oh shit. So now I try to tell people, right, well earned and highly deserved, right? Like you earned that, right? Like well earned, my friend, and highly deserved, right? Because it's also a notion to their outstanding fucking character, right? Because I think some people might not be so intellectually qualified for something, but just based off of their character, it's like, yeah, I know I can trust you with this responsibility. Yeah. And so well earned, my friend, and highly deserved, Cisco. I'm glad, and I'm thankful at your success, my friend. Yeah. It makes me happy.
Good job.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. All right, so here's my segue to this, because we're all doing very well where we're at right now in the end of the third month of 2025. Is there a mistake in your life that you can pinpoint that wound up making your life better? And Korpsx, you can't say your kids.
Jeez.
Is there a mistake that has happened somewhere in your life that's fucking steered you in another direction, and it wound up being something that that wound up being great for you? Let me make sure this question is right. Hold on. What mistake that you made that actually made your life better?
Moving to California. I think was a mistake, especially based off of everything that was going on at the time. I was hot-headed little teenage boy who thought, fuck it, I'll move to California, I'll show my mom. You know what I mean? And then all these years later, here I am calling my mom every day, you know what I mean? Fucking looking for advice and all this shit. And yeah, there was a lot of friends that I lost from North Carolina and lost touch with and stuff, but there was all these new friends I've met here, even literally here. All the memories, the kids, the dancing, the work, my whole life, my whole adult life is here. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. I would agree with that. Yeah. It was the best worst decision I ever made. And I don't think I've ever said that out loud. Yeah. So exclusive for the podcast. I think it was the best worst
Is
decision.
this
I made.
fucking teeth click a new thing? What the fuck is this, bro?
It's an autistic tick I have, dude. I'm stimming.
What?
Got the tiz. Got a little autism.
Little autism coming out.
What about you, D? Anything you can
Bro.
think of?
No, I'm trying to think. I've been trying to think this whole time since, like, as soon as you asked that, I'm like, oh fuck.
Mine would be getting kicked out of the school. I got kicked out of school twice. So first time was I went to a middle high school that 6th through 12th, and if you were guaranteed, if you went all the way 6th through 12th, you were guaranteed to get into a university at the end. I got kicked out right before my 9th year. And that put me into public school, which got me into dance, got me into like more into skating, got me into graffiti, got me into all the artistic shit in my life that I wound up doing. And then getting kicked out of my high school and going to a secondary school, like it changed my whole perspective that I didn't need to be some punk ass little kid and to like really get my shit up, like get my shit together. You know what I mean? And be a person that everybody wants to be around, but not because you're popular, but because you have something to teach and you like bring good vibes to it. Like that ultimately, that me getting expelled from my high school is like made me who I am today. Because I was not headed in this direction at all.
That is wild.
And I think about that all the time.
The only one, not the only one, I'm sure I could think of more, but one of the ones was how I kind of accidentally figured out that I like running. Because it's become such like a piece for me when it comes to like just being able to not be on my phone necessarily and just kind of be with myself. I went into track, and my coach at the time, I told him, I was like, I want to do short distance, just like 100-meter dash. And he looked at me, he's like, you're not that guy, bro. You're not that fast. I'm sorry. You're not doing 100-meter dash.
You're not fast.
I'm faster than you, okay?
No, the fuck you're not.
Now I am.
We have video proof.
Video's been deleted.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm just kidding. No. You're good. You're good. So I tell him like I want to do 100-meter dash. He's like, fuck no, bro. You're gonna do long distance. I was like, bro, fuck that. And I never had ran really trained to like run. I'd done a mile when it came to like basketball for normal conditioning. But that's about it. And so then after that, I stopped. At the time, I had gotten out of a relationship, and then I was like, fuck it. Let me just kind of start running a little bit here and there. And then it became an everyday thing. And then it became, but like, I don't think I would have stayed with running out of resentment of me wanting to do the short distance. So I said, fuck them. And I didn't go into track, and then just did running on my own and didn't do probably the proper things at first, didn't have the right shoes. So I just did it however I thought. Ended up doing like, an everyday training regimen of like a running thing, where it just became like very much, I'm just chilling by myself running. And it was probably like one of the best things that I love doing to this day. So yeah.
Yeah, I was proud of you when you started running again, bro.
Thank you. No, it's been really fun.
We were becoming two pudgy little monsters in that fucking call center.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous when your job is to sit. It's dangerous. Just pushing keys, and that's about it.
I got another one if you guys want another one.
Yeah.
Korpsx, you got anything?
No. I was listening.
If you could relive one day from your past. Oh, this is going to get an emotional one. If you could relive one day from your past, which day would it be? And you can't change anything about that day. It'd have to be exactly how that day played out.
Sheesh.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question.
Yeah, because you could go very sentimental. You can go so sentimental. Damn, it have to be the exact same way.
Fuck. Obviously, I'm probably gonna say the day Peanut was born.
Yeah.
No.
What
That day was scary.
But that was a horrible day. Like,
I
it
was
wasn't
gonna
a
say-
good day.
Other than like, because the day might have not been good, but you're talking about like the moment. Where
Like
maybe
the
you're holding
day.
your
Okay,
baby.
yeah, because you know that everybody knows this. I think I've told the story on the podcast. Okay, let me just tell the story real quick in a very, very fast way, and then I'll say why I would pick that day again. So we had been in the hospital for like 3 days already, and Peanut was like, Tiara's cervix was going backwards. It was like shrinking because it was getting so swollen. Because Peanut's head was like in a weird ass fucking position. It was like down, but like his head was getting sucked into the cervix. So they were like, C-section, we got to do it. Boom, put the C-section clothes on. Tiara got fucking rolled out to the C-section area. They put the little curtain up. I'm like right there by her head. And they're like, all right, we're about to get started. And fucking started seeing the sectioning. And then she's like screaming. And I'm like, yo, chill, like, you're good. Chill out. And she's like, nah, I could feel it. And then her leg kicked off the table, and they were like, yo, that's not supposed to fucking happen. So they looked at me and they were like, you gotta go. And they were like, we gotta put her to sleep. And as the nurse is like grabbing me to pick me up, they're like putting a fucking mask on her face, and she's fucking knocked the fuck out. So then I'm standing in the hallway, and Peanut comes out. He's getting rolled out in this fucking cube, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? I can't even hold the little fucker. And so then he has a breathing problem, so they gotta take him to the fucking NICU. Then so he's at the bottom at the NICU, she's at the top in the recovery room. So I'm like running back and forth to make sure both of them are good. And then finally, like, I was able to hold them, and I was like, yo, my son is here, you know what I mean? And then I went back up to go see Tiara, and she was because it took 4 hours for her to wake up. And she started freaking out. Where's my son? I need to see my son. But I made sure that I set up the little camera that they have in the NICU so that she could. I was like, he's right here. He's fine, on the phone. And then later that night at like 8:00, rolled in. He got to be with mom and dad, and it was just like a sick ass moment. But the whole day was shit. But But now I get to tell him that fucking story when he's older. Like, bro, you fucking were not easy to get here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's gonna be a sick story when he gets older.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fun time though. Not a fun.
It was not fun though.
Elijah's birth was not a fun time either. That was not. I would not do that. The end result, yes, a million times over. That day, no, thank you. Maybe I would honestly say, bro, like when I won the Beast Camp tournament, the rookies tournament. Like I remember waking up that day, getting there and shit. Like, like I'm ready, But then it like all happened for me. It felt like it like I remember thinking like I'm gonna beat you guys because that's what I'm supposed to do today. Like that's what's on the agenda. Like on the agenda, Korpsx wins today. That's what's happening. And I remember first dude, smash. Second dude, smush. Third dude, smush. Got into the finals. And it's like this, it was tough. It was me and Twin Native. And I remember like, hey, we need another round between them. And I remember thinking like, fuck, I got so far. Like they're trying to take it from me. And I remember I had just danced. And then Ches was like, oh, we're going to spin the hat. And I remember Sid was like, what the fuck? He just danced. And I was like, fuck, they're going to take this from me. They're taking it from me. This is not supposed to happen this way. And then, boom, the hat landed on him. And that's what I was like, yeah, I'm about to win, motherfuckers. I'm about to win. Like, I'm about to win. Yes. And I remember he was dancing. And I remember Dreads talking in my ear. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm about to fuck him up. And I just remember him saying, like, this is your moment right now. Now, do it now. Go. And I just started dancing and I won. And I just remember thinking like, yo, I just competed in front of Elijah. I competed in front of my friends and all the homies. Like I just won this tournament judged by the creator of Crump, allegedly.
That's a wild series that's on fucking YouTube right now. I meant to tell you about that earlier, but go ahead, finish. That's fucking crazy that you
But
just said.
I just think that was one of the days where it all happened. Like there's a few days where I went out there and I knew like I came here to handle business, but that was one of them where it was like all up until that point I was nervous, but that day I woke up with the friction.
Calm and ready.
What about you, D?
I would probably say it was one of the most fun, I think. It was my high school graduation. It was a moment where both sides of my family came to New Mexico. And it felt like a weird crossover episode where like my cousins from over here are coming over to like where I usually hang out, and like all my friends are here. And then seeing my dad was like crying, and he was, telling me he's proud of me and stuff like that. I thought that was obviously super nice. Like it was just everything was good. You know what I mean? Like there was at the time, people who are like not in the best health were healthier then, you know what I mean? And just missing that. And I think wanting to relive that, and just if I'm as conscious as I am now, I still have to follow all the same things, but just being able to like appreciate that moment a little bit more, I think would be really nice. And that probably, because it was so fun. Like me and my dad jumped into a pool fully clothed, and like we like you can watch it on YouTube. We filmed so much of it. I think that's nice. I should go watch that vlog actually, now that I think about it. But to be able to relive it would be really fun, I think.
Do you ever? Drake has a line, right? He says, "I can't live and hold the camera. Someone got to tape this." Do you ever get that feeling like sometimes you wish that somebody was behind you with a video camera every moment of your life so that you could go back and relive shit? I agree with Korpsx. I don't either. Because
I think there's such a nice thing about all of it. Even like the shit that you're like if I were to be able to take all the footage of my first year in California being super sad, no fucking friends, didn't talk to anybody, I was like jobless for a whole year. I felt like I was disappointed, like going from the high of like, son, I'm proud of you, to like, it's been a year, you're not doing shit, dog. What the fuck is going on? And having like such a weird idea from high school of being like this, like I'm going to get out of California, it's all going to work out. It's going to be sick. Get here, jobless for a year, fucking depressed. Or as close as depressed as I would say I was. Having that footage, I think would be really nice to reflect on and be like, fuck, bro, it felt hard, it felt like I was alone for, my mom wasn't there. She, had been living in a different state for a while now. None of my high school friends, although I had some, were there anymore. Like I'm in a whole new environment, and it was bad. But to be able to look back at that, I think would be cool.
But don't you think that the memory of it all is even better?
I think as you go forward, though, you lose, like you have an essence of it, and it might get weaker and weaker as time goes on. But being able to like visually see it and maybe see your reactions or see what you said at the time, you're like, oh fuck, I do remember how I was feeling in that moment because of XYZ, and it contextualizes it in a way that memory doesn't.
I think the things that you're really supposed to feel though are based off memory. The only reason I say that, right, is because there was a time in my life, like in my early and mid 20s, where I was in Vegas every single fucking month, because I thought it was the most baller shit to do. I was in the most baller fucking clothes, but baller for me, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't wearing Louis Vuitton and fucking Gucci and shit, but I was wearing like $200 fucking Ferragamo ties, and it was just, we would spend money for bottle service, and it would just be me and my homie. And I would always remember that every month that we were in Vegas, we would pull up 2 chairs get a bottle of whiskey, and just look at the strip. And people would always say like, "Why do you go to Vegas so much?" And I would always tell my boy that, like, what, like, people always ask me that, and they just don't understand. And he would always say, "It's because when you're on your deathbed, you can say you lived your life how you wanted to live your life. Fuck everybody else." And then I thought about it. When I'm on my deathbed, like, those are the types of moments I'm gonna remember because they meant that much to me, and I didn't need somebody to film my whole life for me because I got it right here. You know what I mean? And it's for me.
I agree. Yeah. So like, I think in my version of it, this isn't necessarily going to YouTube. You know what I mean? It's not for an audience. I'm not like everything needs to be filmed and I gotta like say it a certain way or anything like that. I think if somebody were to be following me around, it could get like dumped into a hard drive, and it's like categorized by year or whatever it is, and then I can always go back and either look at the raw footage or have like an edited version of it, but always have those raw files available. At least in my head, that'd be the perfect world. Doesn't necessarily. It can go on YouTube, but most of it probably wouldn't.
What about you, Corpse? Why were you shaking your head?
No, there's a memory, right? Like I wish it's one of those memories you wish you could live back. But like, let's say at a powwow, right? If we're at the drum and we're singing, there's a certain honor that you can bring, like me as the drummer singing at this song, a spectator. There's a certain honor that you can bring to this song at this moment by performing certain acts, right? Like blowing an eagle whistle, right? You can blow an eagle whistle at the side of the drum, what they would consider over the drum. Blow this whistle over the drum. And now this song and this moment is blessed, right? I'll never forget the first time I was around a whistle. I'll never forget the first time I got whistled, right? And that's a memory I wish I could have back, right? Getting whistled for the first time. In that moment, all recording stops. Turn the microphones off, turn your phones off, everything turns off. Everything stops. Everybody come watch, right? You are invited to come watch this song, right? It's like Goku going Ultra Instinct and all the gods of destruction stand up and they're just watching. Because
wish I understood the reference.
Because
don't worry, I slightly understand.
Because magnificence is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like greatness is happening right now. But the song is blessed. Those drummers are being blessed. Everything happening right now is being blessed. So stop the recording. And I remember the first time the song got whistled, I whipped out my phone and my buddy Patrick Green leaned over and he grabbed my phone. He's like, "No, not now." He's like, "You enjoy it. This is for us." And I, after that, I always kind of had that attitude. It was like, some things are just for me, you know, like this moment right here. Like I'll never, but Zero's so true. I'll never remember it the same. I'll never remember it exactly how I'm standing here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
my thing is just like, if you have somebody recording your life, when the fuck do you have the time to watch it? You know what I mean? That's one. Like, I'm the same way. I'm a very live in the moment type of person. This is one of my biggest fucking pet peeves, dog. I swear to fucking God. And I'm sorry if I offend either one of you guys or anybody listening to the podcast, but this is the dumbest fucking shit, is when people fucking record concerts.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I've definitely done this. But
like, I understand if you take one video of like the beginning of your favorite song.
Oh
or
yeah,
something,
don't do the
but
whole
it's
thing,
like,
no.
bro, it's like people that post the shit to their Instagram stories, and it's like fucking 30 stories long. Like,
or the recording.
It's like I went to the concert too.
Like, I get it, bitch. You went to the fucking concert, but I don't like. I can't enjoy the concert. Like, if I'm going to a concert, my phone is being put in my pocket, and I'm enjoying. I'm not trying to enjoy the concert through the screen of my phone.
Yeah.
And when the fuck are you ever gonna go back on your phone and watch the fucking concert? You know what I mean? Like,
there was a moment in concert going, right? And I think about this a lot because I've gotten pulled up on stage by Vanilla Ice. Shout out Vanilla Ice.
Damn. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Bro,
I don't think Damien understands.
I don't understand the
rapping.
reference though.
I was rapping all of Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice, and he pulls me up on stage. And this was during a time, right? This is a changing of the times. Before you're at a concert, hands are up, right? And you're trying to reach and touch the artist, you might get pulled up. Now you have your phone in your hand. So if somebody's reaching to pull you up, you got to fucking tuck it away and do all this shit and then get up there. Nah, bro, just hands up, dog. Just enjoy the fucking concert. Oh boy, I'll look good. Let's go.
What was the last concert you went to?
Mine?
Yeah, what was the last one you went to?
I was in Key West. I think was the last concert I went to. Either
Who
that.
the fuck was it though, dog?
Oh, Slightly Stupid.
Oh, I saw them here, bro.
I saw Revolution there, and I saw Slightly Stupid.
Mine was years ago. I went to Andy Grammer.
Wow.
I think I've
Who
gone
the fuck is Andy Grammer?
Bro, Andy Grammer? The legend.
Legend, dude. That's like Andy Grammer, bro. You might as well said fucking Eliza Minnelli.
I have no
Who
idea
is
who that.
Andy Grammer?
Andy Grammer, bro, you gotta keep your head up. Whoa.
Oh,
Come on, bro. That's one of the bops.
Yeah.
No, it's hard. Come on, man.
I don't know who the fuck that is. I know that song, but I don't know who
He wrote that song. That was probably his biggest one, and then I've just been following him ever since. But yeah, that was really cool. It was honestly though, like seeing somebody in cover art and stuff like that. It's weird seeing them in real life. I was like, whoa, you're like kind of weird in person. It was just like that weird, like, oh shit, you're a real human.
I love going to shows, bro. I'm trying to go to more shows this year. Like, do you guys know who? I love how I was just about to ask you, and then the fucking name completely disappeared from my fucking brain.
Are you guys like having strokes or something live on this fucking podcast right now?
I feel like I am. I feel like I am right now. What the fuck is his name? He does fucking freestyle raps on Venice Beach.
Oh, you're talking about
Blind Fury.
God.
No, not Blind Fury. Blind Fury is tight though.
It starts with an M, no?
What the fuck is his name, bro? How did I just lose his name out of the top of my fucking head like that?
You're
I'm about to freak out.
You're talking about hold on.
I'm about to freak the fuck out, bro, because I can't remember his name now, and I just had it in my head.
Harry Mack?
Harry Mack. Thank you so much. Harry Mack. I want to go see Harry Mack. He's going to be in San Diego. But the fucking tickets are like $90 to go see a fucking freestyler.
Is he going to freestyle? Or does he have like original shit?
He does have original music, but he does a lot of like freestyle for the like with the crowd shit. Plus, I'm going to go see Morgan J next month. If you guys don't know who Morgan J is, he's like a comedian, like a sing-songy comedian, which I love that type of comedy. But I've already been like the Andrew Santino show was this year. The fucking Ralph Barbosa show was this year. I'm gonna go see The Weeknd this year.
It was Storm in Oxnard on May 18th.
We are going there.
The Usual Tuesday podcast meetup May 18th with Moses
Storm.
Make sure you're there.
Matter of fact, I'm about to send you guys the link in the pod chat.
Korpsx and I are gonna be signing Kagini shirts.
Hey.
We gotta make it like
we're big time. Oh, bitch!
Yeah, but what was my last concert? My last concert was either they or Justin Timberlake. One of those two.
I just want y'all to appreciate that fundraiser that I helped organize is on the official Levity Live website. I just want you fucking motherfuckers to accept, like, to soak that in, because I think that's my next career path.
Oh, and it's only $25 to get in? I thought you said it was 30 something.
It's 31 when you do the fucking taxes and fees and all the bullshit.
I thought our boy Daddy Newsom said that it doesn't work like that anymore in California.
That's what he said, but I don't know. He also said that fucking boys can play in girl sports, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
Everything he says isn't valid.
Did he say that actually? Did he really say girls? I was gonna let it go. Did he really say girls can play in boys sports and vice versa?
No, California, even though California passed it, he actually said on his podcast with Charlie Kirk that he's not for that.
By the way,
I still haven't watched that.
I don't think most people are for that. Oh no! Are we gonna get political? Don't do it! No!
I like how everybody paused for a second and Korpsx was like, yum, 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 yum.
No, I listen.
I dodged it being political earlier in the stream too because you asked me how it was since the beginning of the year, and I was like, you know what? I've been watching a lot of political content, bro.
I actually agree with what Charlie Kirk is saying.
Oh, I would no. Charlie Kirk, I haven't seen much of, but I know that at least the clip that I saw, he doesn't deny that. What is he? He like thinks that Elon didn't do the Nazi salute, which is like, bro, you could just eat that. Okay, he did it. If you want to own it, you can own it.
It wasn't a Nazi salute.
It was. Really, I'm sorry. He doubled down, did it twice. It's not fine, but I mean, like, you just take it, just own it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
What reason would Elon Musk have to do the Nazi salute?
That's such a gag.
Bro, I'm sorry, he did it. I mean, like, whether he's, believes in Nazi propaganda,
whether he's a Nazi or he isn't,
is another thing. I'm not even saying that he's a Nazi. I'm just saying he did the salute. Take the L. It's an L. It sucks.
Korpsx, let's be real. He really did it. He did this shit, but
he did. I mean, what?
He was trolling.
Wrong
stage to troll on.
Wrong stage, wrong time. If he was trolling, take the L. It was an L move. Dumbass move.
Korpsx, he did this shit, bro. We can't even deny it.
No.
Oh my god. What was it?
No, stop.
He was just patting his chest and fucking like giving his love to everybody.
And not only that, but doing it to the American flag behind him. Hello?
Many times, if that's the case.
What?
Do you know, let's not even say other politicians then that I've seen do that same thing on both sides of the aisle, right?
Where? Send me the clip right now.
Bro, Mark Khan. There was a fucking video that they posted right afterwards of Mark Khan walking out to the public, and as he's waving, he goes like this.
Wait, who is this? Mark Khan?
Mark Khan, the fucking president of France.
Hold on. This is different than, like, come on, bro.
It's the same. We're talking about the same motions, right? Now you guys want to get.
I would need contextual clip. I would.
That's not the same.
Right.
That's not the same.
Here's no. Here's the contextual clip. Right. If he was a Nazi, he would not employ black people to work at his places.
Stop.
Korpsx, you're not listening to what we're saying. We're not saying that he's a Nazi. No, neither Damien nor I is saying that he's a Nazi.
You guys,
what we're saying is he did the Nazi salute.
You guys really think Elon Musk stood up there and did it? Said,
not only do I think that, I have video evidence that he did that. Not only do I think that, but I do have video proof.
Because Elon Musk doesn't give a fuck. He's a multi-billionaire that smokes weed on a podcast with Joe Rogan. He could give a fuck what he does, bro. That's why he did it. It was a strictly troll thing.
So you're saying he went up there and said, I'm about to do this Nazi salute because I don't give a fuck. That's what you're saying.
He probably might have been a little bit high and was like, yo, this is fucking hilarious.
That's what you guys are saying right now, though.
I'm saying he did it. I don't know if it was
did the
planned,
fucking
not
Nazi
planned.
salute.
He did it.
It's plain as fucking day. Watch the clip. Well, I mean,
roll the clip, chat.
I like Elon, but did he?
I watched the whole speech. That's the thing. I watched that whole fucking thing.
His IQ is.
There's no punch. There is no context where whatever the fuck he did makes sense.
No, I think the allegation that anybody who touches their chest and waves their hand in any form, because that's crazy as fuck. Because
he didn't wave.
I do that 1,000 times in a fucking crump round, right? Like you guys are taking one
That's
motion
different.
and trying.
That's so different.
You guys are taking one motion, right, in a certain scenario, and they're trying to say, "Oh, it's Nazi." Like that to me is just fucking.
Korpsx. You're not listening though. We're not saying he's a Nazi. We're not saying that he has Nazi belief.
But to go there and say that he did a Nazi, like, oh, he's doing a Nazi salute.
He did.
Korpsx, watch the fucking video.
I watched the whole speech. I don't have to watch a clip.
What does the speech have to do with what he did?
I've watched it because I've watched it. That's my point.
But the speech is irrelevant to the action, though, is what I'm saying.
No, it's all relevant. Everything's relevant. It's all relevant.
You guys make the speech relevant.
Even if it's no, but even taking the contextual of the actual speech itself, there's no world where ending it or even in the middle, any point in time in the speech is that motion at all necessary.
What was the motion then, Korpsx? Explain what the motion was then. What is that?
He says, "My heart goes out to you," and he's throwing his heart out there. That's what I see. That's what I see.
No. Why does he wait?
Out like this, bro?
Why does he turn to the flag? Why does he turn to the flag and then turn back around? No, wait. He does it to the crowd first, turns back around, doubles down, does it to the flag.
There's 360 of people around him.
Not behind him. Behind him is a big ass American flag.
There's people behind them.
There's people maybe to the maybe left.
There's people behind him, and on all of it, throw it all to the fucking flag. That's where it should be going. Quite frankly. You guys,
I don't know, bro. Who is paying you right now, bro? Because the amount of
guys are the same people who try to say this shit about the pyramids, fam.
Oh my God, here we fucking
go. Stop. But wait, the pyramids are hugely different because we're all speculating on shit that might be and how it was even built versus
we saw it with our own
evidence of this shit happening.
That's a lot.
My man is gonna die on this fucking hill. Korpsx,
bro.
It's okay. He did it. I still fuck with Elon, but that's crazy that he did that.
To say that's a Nazi salute is wild. That is a.
You're not countering. What was it then?
He's waving.
Okay, hold on.
To the crowd.
Wait, I don't
know. What the fuck is a wave? What the fuck is a wave? This is a wave, Korpsx.
That's a wave.
The definition of wave is moving your hand.
Guys, this is what we're talking about. By the way, everybody who wants to look at the stream, okay?
D, you're on the computer right now. Give me the definition of a wave, a hand wave.
Hold on, we're watching the clip. I just want to see him.
I'm gonna give it a goog.
Give his heart out.
That's what he fucking does, bro. Korpsx. He was trolling. Wrong stage to troll on, but it was a fucking Nazi salute.
Wait, no shot. Nope. You can watch the stream if you like, but that is not a wave. I've done tons of waves. Many waves in my life. Some say the best waves. And I've never waved like that.
The best.
I'm gonna make sure to start waving like that on purpose.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, let's see how far that gets you.
Yo.
Let's see how far that wave gets you. You know what? Matter of fact, tonight when you sign off on the
No.
You wave like that, bro. No. Wait, Korpsx. This and this.
No, we need the frame. We need the whole frame.
No, we can't see. That is not what the fuck he did, Korpsx. Come on, let's be real.
Pudge, there's no way you don't think that's a Nazi salute. I'm sorry.
Korpsx literally just stood there and held Hitler for 3 seconds.
Goddamn right. That's fucking crazy, bro. To sit there and say that's a Nazi salute. You guys are fucking wilding.
Bro,
it's
crazy to say that it's not.
On stream and it is.
It's literally crazy to say that it's not.
Like, I already know.
Because you're doing this. Korpsx, this is what you're doing. You're like, oh, he waved like this. He waved like this. No, the fuck he did not. He fucking slammed that shit in his chest and fucking extended that fucking arm as far as he fucking could. Bro, I don't give a... If you're throwing your heart out, you're like, thank you guys. You're throwing your heart out. You're not grabbing your fucking tit and fucking flailing your straight arm out like that. There's no way.
I would have a better understanding with you guys if there would have been like a mass group. If there would have been a mass group of people answering that call with the same gestures, right?
I'm sorry, but it doesn't require a mass group for it to be a Hitler's. It doesn't require that. Why would it require that?
Like no, because then there's oh shit, he's saluting this like that.
Wait a second. If that's the case, then what about? Because if I'm not mistaken, there was was it a priest? There was somebody else who followed in the footsteps who got fucking fired on the spot for doing that shit after Elon's demonstration of the salute because he wanted to follow suit and say that he was on his side and whatever the fuck, some cuck shit. And he got fucking fired for that shit because it was starting to catch on like, hey, I'm on your side.
I think that's goofball.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that's goofball. That's somebody getting fired for their job from doing that is fucking goofball when you have the whole Italian government that does a similar salute.
I need to see this. There's no shot.
So we don't live in Italy, dog.
Look it up. National Socialist Party of Italy, bro. Look it up. Look it the fuck up.
Nationalist? Hold on.
What does that have to do with anything though? Putch, like
to say
did it.
To make no, dude. This is the problem. This is the problem.
Oh my god!
To make associations like that, what you do is you diminish, right? You diminish the people who actually use that thing.
Hold on,
who
really quick.
The thing.
Just on a Google. Sorry, I should say YouTube search. Maybe I should Google this. But nationalist, socialist salute. Everything is Nazi here. Nazi salute, chilling warning. Welcome to nationalist movement.
What do you think Nazi stands for, my friend? It's national.
Then what are we arguing?
That is the salute of the National Socialist Party. So the one in
the same salute that Elon did.
And the Italian party does the same thing. It goes all the way back to Rome.
That's besides the point.
But what? Okay,
The point that we're making is that is what Elon did. He did the Nazi salute, and there's no denying it. He literally did it on national television.
I think you guys need to get your cups out the Kool-Aid. Right?
No.
It's not about. Bro. It's not even about political sides or anything. It's about fact.
Dude. How is that a fucking fact, fam?
Because it's fucking on video, Korpsx. You literally did the same thing that the Nazis do.
Did he say? Oh yeah.
He doesn't have to say. It's about the salute. It's about the action.
It was the action. Guess what? Mama always said, "Actions speak louder than words." Right?
Right. The National Socialist Party of Italy, as a group, does the fucking thing. So if he's going to do the fucking thing,
point, Korpsx.
Don't you think that there would be a more massive a group doing it when all of the people on the same team are sitting in the same room? Like
it's a fucking troll, though. The point that D and I are trying to make is, yes, Elon Musk may not be a Nazi, but he did the Nazi salute. We're not crazy. That he's a Nazi and believes in Nazi fucking shit. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is he did the shit. He did it, and it's recorded. He did it on national television. Everybody fucking saw it. That's what we're saying. We're even giving context saying he could have been trolling. It could have just been a fucking twisted joke that he was doing. But he did it, is the point that we're making.
Yes. I think we're not too wrapped up in rap double entendres. And don't let things.
No, you're thinking that we're making it political when we're not. We're saying that the fact is he did it.
No, my problem is that there's real Nazis out there in the world, like real Nazis out there in the world, and trying to make the associations with anything that moves or sounds. Looks remotely.
We're not associating him with a party of any.
No. Fuck all that. Fuck all of that. Then you should be extremely mad at Elon for even trying to make light. Like I said, it could have been a joke. But if he wants to do some shit like that, understand the repercussions and the things that it optically makes you look like. And if it brings light to somebody who is seriously holding those beliefs and really doing that, he himself is degrading that messaging by trolling and doing it on a stage where it's inappropriate. He should be absolutely fucked either way, if it was a troll or if he actually ideologically believes in this thing.
No,
which again, we're not saying that.
That is ass back, because that is like saying everyone needs to micromanage and also micro evaluate every single thing that they ever do at any single time. Like,
no, because
that's what you said, though.
No, because there's such a big difference between micromanaging every action and word I have to say within the context of this conversation, and do I need to be careful whether or not I'm going to get clipped, versus me obviously doing something that is so controversial that it's embedded in our history, that's so like bad to do just everywhere around the world, that I'm going to try to make a joke out of it when no matter the context, it's just not good to do. Whether or not you're going to make light.
I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that, though,
D. Did it deliberately. Like, he went out there and did that deliberately, whether it was to invoke a feeling or troll. Like, you guys can't come to a consensus if he went out there to do that intentionally. So it's like you get what I'm saying. It's like, well, I don't know if it was a troll. I don't know if it's this, and I don't know if it's that. But it's like, but I'm damn sure that that's what he did. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
I'm saying I don't care if he did it deliberately. He did it.
The point that you're not understanding. No, it doesn't.
Who
gives a fuck about the conclusion, Korpsx? Who gives a fuck if it was a troll? Who cares if he was being serious or whatever the case? The fact of the matter is that was what he did. He did the salute. That is the point that we're trying to make. Fuck the reasoning behind it. We don't care about the reasoning behind it. That's not the point that we're trying to make. The point that we're trying to make is it is fact that he did that.
If somebody
donates me and then wait, hold on. Because if somebody donates me like $1 and they put their name in such a way that makes me say the N-word, I still said the N-word. It did in context. It's like he didn't say it in a way that's like any sort of hateful or slur way that like I was talking to somebody calling them the N-word. Some dipshit just gave me a donation that made me say the N-word. But do I mean any sort of negative connotation around that? No. Did he do it? Yes, he did. Does he hold any of these beliefs? Maybe not. Maybe he was trolling. Maybe he was serious.
Maybe he was giving his heart out to the crowd, but he still did the Nazi salute, dog.
He did.
That's the fact of the matter. Pull up a picture of the Nazi salute and pull up a picture of Elon Musk fucking saluting the crowd.
Be careful making those associations. I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful.
But
we're
not making an association.
It's wild. It's wild. You guys, cool. You guys can say that.
No, Korpsx, but you're taking it to another level. You're misunderstanding the whole point of this conversation. The point of the conversation is not to put anybody in a specific party. It's not to put anything out of context. What we're saying is the action of what happened, the action that he did. That's why I said the whole speech doesn't give any context. It doesn't fucking matter. The actual action of what he did is all that we're talking about. We're not saying that he's associated to any party. We're not saying that he's trolling. We're saying there's a possibility that he could be trolling. Sure, there's a possibility that he believes in that ideology. We're not, but none of that matters to what we're saying. What we're saying is purely the action of what he did mimicked that of the Nazi salute. That's all we're saying. We're not accusing
that is a better statement. It mimicked. All we're saying is that
I would fuck all of the mimic. I would say he did it.
That's crazy as fuck. That's wild.
Yeah, this is driving me nuts. You're taking what we're saying and making it political. We're not doing that. We're solely basing the action. Yes, you are.
Wait. Also, what is the difference between mimicking and just doing it? Like, the point of mimicking is to do whatever you're mimicking.
Because I can see where somebody says, "Hey, what he did right there looks like that," and I can say, "Okay, for sure." Right?
Can you say that? We just said that.
No. What you guys have been saying for the last few minutes is this is what he did 100%. This is what he did.
That is what he did.
Korpsx, did he mimic the Nazi salute? Korpsx, did he mimic the Nazi salute?
You want to know what I saw? I watched.
I want to know the answer to my question.
I watched a dude deliver some fucking funky ass fucking speech and started fucking waving. Did I? When I watched
take wave out of the conversation.
When I watched that video,
He didn't even
I
wave.
said they're gonna clip that. I said they're gonna.
Wait.
I said,
Why
they're
did you
Why
think
would
that?
they
Why
clip
did
it?
you think that? Why did you
Why
think
would
that?
they clip
They're
it?
gonna clip
Exactly. Why did you think that?
That. They're gonna clip that right there.
Why did you think that? What came to mind when that motion was done?
When I watch, I see goofball doing his fucking thing. He bounces, right? They clip that one thing and they say, "Oh, look how he's moving. Look. It's Nazi. It's this. It's that." Right? They're going to say the same thing about anything he said during the speech, right? There's nothing said about anything he said up until that point. There was the one thing. There's the one thing that they could fucking grip their fucking fingers in and say, "Oh, look, we got him. Look, we got him." To me, all I saw was a goofball motherfucker go up there. He shouldn't be making speeches. He doesn't talk well. Makes a speech,
No,
and yeah, he doesn't. He's not an orator.
So you agree that he's a goofball?
Absolutely.
Do you agree that he's a troll as well?
Yeah, I've seen his
chronically online.
Do you agree that he mimicked the fucking Nazi salute?
No, I don't agree to that.
So then why would you say that they would clip it? Why would you say that?
Say that he mimicked it, right? To say that he mimicked it is saying like I go out like I mimic the moonwalk, right? Every time I do the moonwalk, but it's because I'm going out there with the intention to do a certain thing. You get what I'm saying? Bro, there's been plenty of times I've walked through aisleways or this and that with my dad, bro, and I've watched him holding my hand with one hand, going like this and waving to people, going like this and waving to people on the other side.
That what you just did is not even wrong. I don't even think that what you're doing right now is wrong.
But when you take a picture of that, you take a small clip and show a man doing this, they're going to say, "Oh, fuck, there it is." That
Korpsx,
fucking
hold on, Korpsx. In what context ever does a man do that? In what context ever?
When we're walking through a fucking, like when I'm with my dad and we're walking into a fucking, what is it called? A fucking, those political functions he would fucking take us to, fucking banquets and shit, bro. When we're walking through and they're announcing his name and he's walking up, oh hi, fucking doing his thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He would pat his chest every time.
Yeah, there's no way. I've never seen anybody walk through and patting their chest before they wave. Have I seen men walking through and like, "Hey, what's going on? Hey,
what's up?
Hey. But guess what? Guess what comes with that? A fucking wave, my G.
Weep, whoop, weep, whoop.
Yeah.
He forgot to fucking oil his wrist, bro. Elon forgot the fucking
man,
oil.
dog.
Cap.
Bro, I just wait, hold on.
You can't say it's cap, Korpsx,
It's
when
on
that's fucking video.
HD video, bro. 4K.
That's so
You need to loosen up the straps on your hat, bro. It's cutting off the circulation to your brain, bro.
No shot,
Bro,
bro.
I got this from you. It literally says your name on the top of it. So
I know.
whatever you put in this, whatever juice you put in
Unloosen the straps. That's why I'm telling you. I can look from here and tell it's too tight on your head, bro. It's fucking making the.
Because what I'm saying, Korpsx, is that you're trying to flip what D and I are saying, and we're not making a political standpoint at all. We're literally taking the fact of what was done, and we can't say it was allegedly done because there's literal proof.
It's literal.
Bro,
It was on national television.
Bernie did the same thing back in 2016.
Nope, those clips were absolutely out of context.
Bernie Sanders, my guy. My fucking guy, bro. And I'm like, you guys are fucking tripping.
I need these clips,
Not
bro.
what that is, right?
Maybe they were different clips. The clips I saw of people trying to say Kamala did it, Bernie did it, all were stills. And then as soon as the actual clips were released, everybody was like, "You're fucking crazy if you think that these are the same."
It's crazy when you take pictures of certain moments and you want to
talking about pictures.
It's not a picture.
We're not talking about a picture. That's the difference.
Pictures, 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Of
I just watched an uninterrupted 30-second clip of him doing it.
The whole clip, though, Korpsx. That's the difference.
30
So
seconds.
you can't even admit that he mimicked the Nazi salute. You can't even admit that.
To say, like I was saying.
Can you say that they look similar? Can you say they look similar?
Yeah, I'll say that.
I'll take it. I'll
that.
fucking take it.
Wait,
I'll take
wait,
it. I'll take
no,
that.
no.
that.
I
I'll
won't
take
that
that.
shit.
I'll take it. Korpsx, I'll take that shit.
How do they look similar and we can't infer that that's what he did?
Because you have to go. when you're dealing with a salute, fam, with something like that and anything like that, right? Mimicked, oh, it looks like, oh, well, you have to know that there's some kind of intention behind that. You have to know that. And to not know that, bro, that's like me going out. That's like me going out in LA, bro, right? And I'm doing some stuff with my hands. Right.
It doesn't matter. Somebody might post up on you regardless.
Some dude might come and bang on me, right? Because what I'm doing with my hands is mimicking, right? Might be mimicking these motions, right? Me as the person, like, whoa, dog, I'm just wiping the sweat out my face, or oh, bro, I'm practicing a dance move, or oh, bro, it's nah, dog, like
what dance move is looking like this. Dog?
I can sit here and finger tut all day, like, you know what I'm saying, like. That's why that is to me, when those words with those type of actions is fucking like, bro, that's crazy to make. Like, that's just really, really crazy to make. One, just because of what that party and what it stood for, right? Like, not what it is, but what it stood for is wild as fuck. Like, so to make that association, it's like, hey, dog, like, we gotta be a little more tight on that, right?
You just Nazi saluted on the fucking podcast.
Not only that, but do you think that you can do something that mimics or is similar to? Oh, I'm trying to like. Do you think that you could separate an action that is so tightly associated with the party or an ideology and not have it direct? Can you have the action, like separate the art from the artist almost, but from an action to something it's so politically tied to in that sense? Do you think that you could like do something like that without it obviously being referenced to the thing itself? In this case, the Nazi salute to the Nazis.
That one, it'll just, woof, because this is a deep one. I'm not willing to go down that rabbit hole with that statement, but you can't with these guys, with that thing itself, you'll never be able to disassociate, right?
Okay.
Even though there's certain German automotives, right, where when it drives, I think it's Ferrari, when the rim spins, it shows the swastika. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things like,
where are we going with the conversation?
Like, so there's certain symbols we can kind of walk away from, right? Like, because it's like, it's only when the car is moving do you see it, right? They'll walk away from that. But the thing like that salute or having that, like that flag somewhere, is just too stationary. It's too there, right? For anybody to ever disassociate the two things.
Yeah, like if you no matter how far ideally in the future, because hopefully we never forget this shit, but ideally, if you put a swastika on the side of your fucking house, it's not okay. It's not cool. It's not cool to do. Do you have the freedom to do whatever the fuck you want? Sure, whatever. But there's going to be repercussions for that for people who don't like that shit. And then also, just know, like, it's not cool. You're representing something that historically wasn't cool at all. So would it be fair to say that something that resembles that, or that people can infer that action, would obviously have that emotion tied to it of, like, you're representing or showing that ideology?
Yes. Now, I 100% understand the knee-jerk reaction. I 150,000% understand it, right? Because again, I watch, I'm like, ouch, that's gonna suck, right? Like, there was something Donald Trump said in his fucking Joe Rogan.
Whoa. You just said you watched that and said, ouch, it's gonna suck. Why though? You're not answering the question. You're not admitting that.
Because hold on. Like, Damien, the question Damien asked, right, it's a fucking good one. The people will never be able to disassociate any arm movement ever from a political person that resembles that and in any form. We will never let that go. And for just reason, to Damien's point, right? Because some shit is so fucked up, we should never let that go and never forget it, right? I would
argue that it's only one arm motion.
There's actually a lot of fucking.
I would argue that that's probably the most in our frontal lobe available at all times. I'm like that guy's not cool.
For sure. That is not the one we do, people. Okay. Like, that's just not what we do. Me, as a person who I'm trying to be and trying to become, right? I'm watching things for as they are, right? And not as I'm trying to decipher them, right? I'm a Mason, bro. I decipher shit enough as it goes, right? So I see some dipshit that they never need to put back up on a fucking podium again. Because one, the speech wasn't that fucking good. And then you wave like that, bro. Cool. I get it, bud. You were waving. You didn't mean it. Whatever.
He didn't wave. Did we just agree that he didn't wave?
That wasn't a wave.
I'm saying he's waving, right? But I get where any motion just like that, what it looks like. Yes, I get it. I understand. I get the reaction, but I just don't subscribe to the allegation. I don't.
But what is the allegation though, Corpse? This is why I'm saying you're not listening and you're not making any sense. What are we alleging? What is the allegation?
That he's making a Nazi salute. That he is making.
We even switched the wording that we used, that it mimicked the Nazi salute. Did it not mimic?
That's where we started. That's not where we started.
I'm standing firm on the shit that he did it. I'm not saying mimicking. He didn't mimic. He did.
But I'm still going based off of what Damien said. Sure. If he's mimicking it, therefore it's pretty much the same. Because what is to mimic? To copy, right?
Even to mimic, though, like I was saying with that whole moonwalking reference, there's still an.
But you're still moonwalking. That's the thing. If you're trying to moonwalk, you are still moonwalking.
Let's take this for example, right? I'm mimicking a moonwalk when I go out on the dance floor and I move my feet a certain way, right? I don't call it mimicking a moonwalk when somebody steps on ice and their feet are slipping from underneath them. You get what I'm saying?
Because it's not what they're doing. That's so far separated. It's not even funny.
If it looks like a moonwalk, if it did everything that a moonwalk does, right? Like if it did all the things, I'm not going to say, oh, they moonwalked right now. But
but you would say, yo, that shit was crazy. It looked like you were moonwalking.
It looked like, hey, it looked like you were moonwalking, right? Like
so therefore, are D and I crazy for saying that it looked like he was doing the Nazi salute?
I'm not going to say that
he proved us right.
No, I'm not going to say. Wait, no. I'm not going to say he was doing it. I'm not even going to go say as far that he was mimicking it. But I will say, I will agree.
That it looked like it.
I will agree with you guys. The moment he stepped off that fucking stage, somebody from over there should have been like, "Listen, bro, we love you. You're never going back up on stage again. I get it. You're just waving. You got a little excited. Whatever." Not doing.
Never gotten that excited.
Wait. In my life. Will you say the words that it looked like he was doing the Nazi salute?
I could definitely say when I watched it, I was like, I could see where people spin that.
No. That's not what he asked.
You're not giving me what I want, dog. No. Can you say that it looked like he was doing the Nazi salute?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thank you guys for another episode of The Usual Tuesday.
By the way, Elon Musk then also supported AfD, that is a far-right German party. By the way, I'm just letting you know. So it gets a little crazier than just a little Nazi salute.
Look, D tag team right there. He was waiting for me to get you to say that.
No.
That just won their election in Germany too, baby. Let's go.
I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
Look, this dude, my boy is happy AfD won the fucking election in Germany, sat here and fucking Nazi saluted.
But also the speech he gave
Elon Musk the whole time.
But also the speech he gave was kind of wild for the AfD. I'll have to see if they won. I don't remember. I thought they lost. I could have sworn, but maybe not. Maybe
I'm almost positive because my boy just got back from Germany.
Okay, maybe I'm tripping. But
what a wild
not good. Far right movement in Germany. Okay, well.
Right-wing movement here in America, baby. We're
wait. Korpsx. Wait. Hold the fuck on. I just need to make a fucking quick statement. I have been on the right side of politics. I like how that sounds. I've been on the right side of politics since we started this podcast. Since before we started this podcast. And you and D were on the left. You were right moving, but you were on the left still. You have gone so far past me to the right. It is absolutely wild to see.
He had Elon's fixer elixir, bro. He fixed him right up, okay?
That shit is wild to me. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, not a bad thing. Just it sounds kind of... I'm just going to tell you right now, anybody that listens to this podcast, whether they listen to it live or they listen to it tomorrow or next month, this whole argument sounds crazy as fuck from your perspective.
It absolutely does. I
And
will
this
say
is like one of the only times that D and I agreed, and I felt like we were attacking the fuck out of you.
I know, Pudge. By the way, it's always love, obviously, for you individually. I obviously have my opinions.
Fuck that, we got his ass, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I'm clipping it and putting it on TikTok. This motherfucker.
No. But genuinely,
I'm just
I
playing.
think in I feel like I'm pretty moderate left, maybe a little bit more left. But huh?
I'm surprised you haven't dyed your hair yet.
Yeah, you're like one queef away from dyeing your hair pink, bro. I'm just saying.
Wait, it's funny because I feel like you guys think that I'm farther left than I am. I'm not that left. Like
Low key. Go
You're
back to the politics.
like-
Go
well,
back
like-
to the politics segments that
You're
we
mad
did.
left, bro. It's all right. It's all right.
well, I mean, Pudge, far right is anything is
left.
save is left compared to you right now.
Left. No, I'm actually really centered more than anything.
No shot.
I don't
no
know
shot.
about that.
After that
Korpsx.
argument, I
I don't know
think
about
so.
that, Korpsx.
Absolutely.
Well, bro, you just gang the fucking German.
Yeah, the ADF went in Germany. Hell yeah, bro.
That's a far right movement. That's a
But I
far
do.
right
Hold
movement.
on, I do want to say this for the viewers though. We all know it's always love in this fucking chat. Korpsx doesn't feel attacked. We don't feel attacked. It's all love. It's fucking content that we do. We don't feel any type of way because Korpsx and us were arguing. So I just want to like put that out there. We know that, but I just want to make sure you guys don't think that there's not going to be an episode next week because we were fucking.
Nah,
Fuck
nobody
Damien.
thinks that.
Next week we're fucking attacking Damien, bro.
Come
Fuck
on.
that shit.
Let's go.
I don't know, Save. I think you might have got the mind virus, bro. I think working in that.
See,
call center-
no shot, bro. You're
No,
far
bro.
right. If you know that saying, you're far right.
Oh,
No
too much,
shot.
man. Mind virus, bro. Mind virus, man.
No shot, man.
All right, bro. Hey, it's all right, dude. We're gonna get you some testosterone in your system. We're gonna
Mind
Hey,
virus
look.
is the right
Hold
term,
on.
but it
Let
only
me-
has
hold
to
on,
do
hold on,
with far right people.
Hold on. Let me just say what I'm saying.
we're gonna have
Based
you
off your
walk
comment,
again.
hold on. Based off your comment right now, you're only saying that because I'm agreeing with D that he fucking Nazi saluted.
I'm fucking busting your balls, dude.
I was about
Because
to say,
you used to be like my Republican friend. Like that was
I
like,
am your Republican friend. Is the
I
thing.
don't
That's
know,
why it's so
say-
crazy to me that.
oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I got some
because-
Republican friends, dude, that are whoa.
No, because it's but the whole conversation was not a political conversation, is what I was saying. Like we weren't getting political
It
with
wasn't.
it. Was the
Yeah.
whole point
Yeah.
that I was trying to make.
No, I've just hit a point with the media and anything like that where like let's take Obama. Let's just go all the way back to Obama. And
Oh my
let's, before we can
Obama. Wait,
before we can wrap up.
okay, sure.
People were so worried about what's his real name. What's his real name? What's his real name? Right? Is it Hussein? What? Who cares if the fucking guy gets the job done? Right? Like just get the fucking thing done. Then does his daughter smoke weed? Or they're doing this? Or they're doing that? Who cares? Who fucking cares?
All that shit was wild.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Right? Trump comes along. He says, grab him by the fucking pussy. I think that's fucking funny, right? Who cares? Does he get the job done? Biden,
Oh, you think
he
sexual
doesn't.
assault is
He-
funny?
He didn't get the job done either.
right? Biden, right?
Hey, listen, Daddy Trump made sure he gave us all stimulus checks. I'm just
But
saying.
Biden smells kids.
That was under
but does he get the job
the
done?
first one. Was under.
Does he get the job done? Listen, we can have our opinions. Trump's
Sure.
back, right? Go all the way back. They all have this weird shit of being under this fucking microscope of every single thing they do, right? That wave, I get it. I think that there's a long lesson that they go through in their onboarding when getting hired on as a fucking politician, where they learn the do's and don'ts of, don't point with one finger when you're in an Asian country because that's disrespectful, and don't wave like this because we know that's fucked up, and don't say this and don't say this and don't say that. And I
Don't point with a finger. Just use your whole hand and make sure your arms all the way.
right, bro, because I feel weird doing this, but this in Asian countries, I guess, is disrespectful. That makes me feel like I'm trying to finger you, like, so I don't know what the fuck. So there's a lot of stuff, and especially having, like, dude, I work with a fucking Nazi, bro, and so it's kind of like, yo, fam, like, to paint everything quickly with that, to me, is just wild with anybody on anything, right? Like, we're going to see it pretty soon with Bernie Sanders and AOC. Just watch what I'm telling you. They're going to paint them off as the new Nazi
That's
social.
my main bitch right there, AOC.
Bro, you see that they're tag teaming? You see that they're fucking clicking up? That's going to be a powerhouse right there. You watch what I'm saying. But if they're smart, they'll do Newsom and AOC as a team. So I'm just past. I like it. So it's not a political thing. I'm just past the fucking making the associations. These associations, instead of waiting to see real intent. Like I like I've hit this point where everything is such fake media. I need to see real intent nowadays. Like I need to see motherfuckers put this on coins and start passing it out, and then I'll be like, all right.
But like at that point, like fuck it doesn't matter. Right? Like if we're at that point, then it doesn't matter because what are we gonna do at that point? You have to call it out early.
Baby, what we do best.
But you're talking about the people at the top.
What the fuck do you mean? What we?
Yeah, you're talking about the people at the top who would be the doing, who are gonna fuck us. That's what we're talking about.
Bro, we've been literally fucking ourselves for the last fucking 24 years.
See, this my thing is everyone is so worried, right, about oligarchy or political powers or deep state or whatever the fuck.
I don't even know what deep state means. I hear it a lot, but I don't know what that means.
Well, the deep state is it's a real thing, right? And everyone knows this fucking.
What is it?
I don't know what that means. You don't know what it means, but it's a real thing.
What is it?
The deep state, right, is what you're going to be calling everybody who holds any kind of state office or political office who have been there for more than their normal terms, right?
Right now, though.
Deep people who are deep staters, you're Elizabeth Warrens, Nancy Pelosi, Bernie Sanders, right? Guys who are entrenched within all the different 4-letter and 3-letter agencies, right? FBI is one huge one. So is the CIA, right? So is the BIA, right? Not the Bureau of Indian Affairs, but Bureau of Internal Affairs. That's like the government's HR office, right? Like there is groups amongst groups, bro, that are interwoven and interconnected. That's why during Trump's first administration, they were trying to get rid of and then it moved even into Biden's administration. They were trying to get rid of, they wanted term limits on senators because motherfuckers like Mitch McConnell, fucking like his Wi-Fi turned off in front of people, right? Henry Kissinger, the Mitt Romneys, the John McCain's, right? I mean, John McCain, God bless his soul, but I mean, he was in politics for forever. And they're
he was one of my favorites. McCain.
Those are your deep staters. That is the deep state. To pinpoint them is hard though because you have to prove their association.
Well, what is it? What is the what's the negative connotation? Because I've heard so many things about deep state, and like, is it just people who have prolonged ability within? Like,
no, this is your problem. This is your problem with the deep state. I'm the president. What I say goes, right?
Well,
I am the only political figure.
Nope.
I am the only political figure in all of politics. Me and my VP, we are voted on by the whole consensus of the American people, right? Every other state delegate is delegated by their representatives. Get what I'm saying? By the people of their states exclusively. So quite frankly, I am the people's choice, right?
That isn't.
Now, the state checks my power. Cool beans.
So nothing. So what you say does not necessarily go. Is that true?
No.
You have veto ability, right? So like a bill, right? Okay. So ultimately you get final say on whether or not something goes through as a bill or into law or whatever. But you can't just, anyway, go ahead.
Now Congress, right? Because that's to my next point. Now Congress was developed so that there could be a check to that power, right? Because like you said, I can't just say and it goes, right? So there's these checks and balances. Now what happened was, right? The Giving Tree, you're absolutely correct. Congress also gained the ability to override veto powers, right? So now what you have inside the deep state is now you have a small clique of people, right, who can really push the needle on whether legislation moves or doesn't move. And what happens is that clique gained so much power through money lobbying, through X, Y, and Z, that they've been able to entrench themselves in their seat for 20, 30, 40 years. No one, as much as I love Bernie Sanders, no one can tell me that in the last 300 years that he's been a senator, that there's not been a better person to rise from the state of Vermont to challenge him. Nobody's been hungry enough.
I mean, the shit that he wants to do anyways doesn't make complete sense. So let's fucking be real.
So how do you stifle the competition? Let's look at the 2016. Let's look at 2016 in the election. Nevada, Bernie Sanders wins, right? The super delegates decide to change their vote and they push the needle. That is deep state, my friend. Those are deep state actions. That's
Wait, but didn't you just say he wins like some sort of vote? I don't know genuinely how the whole process works, but did you not just say that he wins vote in Arizona?
who?
Bernie Sanders.
No, he's held the Vermont seat for a while, but when he went for that presidential seat and he was winning by a landslide, they turned the tables on him. Nevada changed their delegate votes, and then it was that next time everybody decided to drop out and sponsor Joe Biden, even though in that same debate right before they were all bullshitting on him, but Bernie was gaining too much speed. And Bernie Sanders himself has said, yeah, the deep state took a turn on me. He said that himself on the Theo Vaughn podcast.
I haven't heard this podcast.
I'm a huge Bernie Sanders fan. Huge. Like, I love the fucking guy, but he's a coward in my book now, unfortunately.
Jeez.
Well, he didn't vote for the Patriot Act. He didn't vote to discontinue the Patriot Act. So,
what is the Patriot Act?
the Patriot Act is what they gives them power to look into your emails and text messages and phone calls and all that shit.
When you sell cars, you have to sign something because of the Patriot Act. Even if you have great credit and you need to pay cash, we still are allowed to run your credit and see your credit score.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not laundering money.
Yeah. So, and I mean, there's a lot that goes with it, right? And so, that's when like my heart broke for Bernie. Is they were supposed to have a vote to either discontinue or to renew and extend it for like another 16 years or something like that, and he was absent.
Word. Well, didn't mean for this to be political. Next time.
It's never not, bro. It's never not. It's never not. This podcast is never not political.
No, that's not true. For the last couple of times, we haven't gotten political.
Show me when. It's never not.
Last week. We didn't get anything political last week.
I'm sure that we touched on something.
Nah. I don't know who brought up the Elon thing. It might have been me, but
I think you did.
Hey,
yeah,
if I did.
This is the first. Hey, let's mark this. What episode are we at? 87.
We're at 84? 83?
83. It took 83 episodes for Damien and Cisco to finally come together and attack Pudge.
We didn't attack Pudge.
Stuff that you guys have been on the other side about.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the demigod shit. There's been a couple, actually, now that I think about it.
But like political. Political is like more, I feel like more important because ideologically we don't align.
There was something about marriage, too. There was marriage was another one.
Politically, Pudge and I are typically always on the same page. But this was, I'm not saying that Pudge and I are not politically on the same page because of this conversation, because it wasn't a political statement that we were making.
It was just like a fact of the matter.
It is a fact of the matter.
I think you guys assume my politics too much.
I think you guys assume my politics. You guys think I want to fucking home grow a vagina right now.
You do.
Like, Jesus.
You for sure want to order one off of Amazon.
It's kind of hard not to believe. Let's be real.
No, but like, I don't think you guys understand my politics.
Oh, you were sucking Kamala's whole dick. Let's be real.
I think she was the best candidate out of the two. What do you want me to say?
Neither one of them were good.
How are those stocks, though? Let's be real. How are those executive orders?
Neither one of them were good. Let's just say that.
America's back, baby.
One was better. I didn't say one was like good, wholesale, like good.
Pretty sure the better one won.
Nope, she definitely lost. It was unfortunate, but we'll see how this dickhead fucking governs for the next couple of years if he doesn't get impeached.
Next 100 years, maybe.
Let's just be real. The motherfucker's probably gonna fucking get shot, dog.
No, he's probably gonna die before. I give him 2 years.
No, we live in a different. We're in a different timeline.
I will say that motherfucker is lucky, bro.
We're in a different timeline, bro.
Epitome of luck in the U.S. of A. Almost got shot twice. Didn't die both times.
Imagine we would have watched that shit live on television.
Should be in his deathbed right now with how much fucking grease is running through his blood. And yeah, he's somehow
doesn't have cancer from the UV rays of his tanning salon.
Exactly. He should actually. No wonder he's a dipshit for the amount of spray tan that he has on his fucking face. It's seeping into his fucking skull, and now he doesn't know how to.
No. It was the Lysol that he put into his veins from COVID.
Oh, and the bleach he drank. That's right. I forgot about that too.
Thank you guys for another episode of the
Jeez.
Tuesday podcast. It's been a great one. This was a fun one. We were all over the place with it again. We've got a bunch of cool stuff going on. Kagini dropped again on korpscollection.com. If you guys are not following Zero on YouTube, please subscribe because he's showing you guys his fucking journey to his marathon, which is absolutely amazing.
10K.
Yeah.
I'm doing
10K.
Sorry, marathon's 23 miles.
Trying to hype you up a little bit.
I appreciate that.
Make sure you guys follow all of us on all socials. They're down below our screens. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. Oh, to our beautiful community, how could I ever forget? Thank you guys for being one now. But as always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love you. Keep smiling. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Korpscollection.com. Big Korps. Korps Radio on TikTok. Yeah, I go live playing music, doing music reviews. Yeah, adding music to the playlists. The boys are both ambassadors too now of korpscollection.com. Make sure that you guys use their promo codes at checkout so they can catch their commissions. Yeah, we're trying to live luxuriously and independently of the 9 to 5. Yeah. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your paths. Yeah. It's not up for our interpretation, people. Read the words, understand the message. Yeah. And he'll direct your path. Till next time, have a good day, week, month, year, life. Stay motivated. Bang.
I appreciate everybody for watching. Whether you're here right now, live.
No. What the fuck are you doing?
What are you? Bro, I'm just doing a little outro. I'm pissed as fuck. No, I'm just like,
Where's my movie shit at?
I just want to do a regular outro.
All right. My bad. I thought we were. I thought we were all about consistency. And no, you're good. Go. I'm just giving you.
I do appreciate everybody genuinely for watching. Whether you're live in person right now, or you're on the playback, or maybe you're watching the clips. I have no idea. Korpsx has been clipping it up though. Thank you, Korpsx. So shout out to him. Follow both of these individuals. Listen, we get into arguments. We have fun with it. At the end of the day, it's all love. Okay. It's okay to disagree, but I think we should work to change minds as well, because even if it doesn't ultimately happen, it's always good to see another perspective, and maybe you will change your mind. Be safe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
All right, boys.
All right, boys. You guys have a good night. You guys up. Peace.